Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
What the hell are we doing?
We're wrapping some shit up here.
We sure as hell are.
What are we wrapping up?
We are wrapping up the entire book of Psalms.
Hank something.
I heard somebody use the word void recently. Think void or think the void.
Yeah, that's good.
I kind of like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Think Spock, maybe. I like
Think
Spock.
Okay.
Spock's a good character.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I find myself saying thank goodness a lot.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Maybe we just thank us because we're the ones finishing it.
Yes. Thank you, husband.
Thank you, wife.
Oh,
all right,
feels
so
good.
we're doing contradiction. No, that's tomorrow. Fuck.
Good grief.
I'm a little off here.
Yeah, no,
Shit.
we're doing the wrap up.
Yeah, we're doing the wrap up. That's what I meant. Mm-hmm. Okay, are you ready to get into this?
I am. Are you?
I think so. Let's do it.
Okey-dokey. Okay, so we are going to talk a little bit about the book of Psalms.
Just a little bit about the book of Psalms.
Are you okay over there?
I'm having a bit of a word seizure.
Daffy Duck
moment.
Porky Pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot because we covered a lot of this before we went into it, and then we covered a lot of it as we went along through it.
Well, and it's hard to wrap up somewhat because it's not a story.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of small psalms.
Vignettes.
I mean, yeah. It's just
exactly.
It is what it is.
So some of this will be things that we've said before, but not all of it.
Okay.
Some of it is new information.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about authorship.
Sure, David.
Yeah. Next subject. No, just kidding. The authorship of most of the Psalms is anonymous, although tradition has long attributed the entire collection to King David.
Oh, except for the ones that they attribute to like Adam.
Yeah. Or
and
Moses
whatever,
or whatever.
Right, yeah.
It is possible, but not probable, that David may have written some of them.
I highly doubt that even.
Yeah, me too. I don't think he wrote any of them.
I don't think he did either.
I mean, I'm just saying, he was not...
There's this obsession with David, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the obsession caused the Psalms to be written with him in mind, and therefore then later attributed to him.
Right. Instead of saying this is about him, it went from this is about him to this is him saying these words to, oh yeah, and he wrote it.
Right.
Like, it was a 3-step process.
Now, obviously, we don't know that for a fact,
No,
but that's
it's
just how it feels to me.
I don't think that David could do everything. Come on.
He sure as hell didn't kill Goliath, so.
No. So I'm over it. I got nothing to say about David.
Right.
Anyway, it is clear that the 150 individual psalms were written by many different people across a period of 1,000 years.
Okay.
In Israel's history.
Got it.
So, yeah, he didn't write them all.
Right, yeah. Obviously.
He maybe wrote a few.
I mean, that one that I liked, the one with all the animals and everything, and that one, he didn't write that one.
No.
I know he didn't write that one.
No, he did not. Although some of the psalms are probably as old as the time of King David, not until a relatively late period was the entire collection gathered and organized in the form in which it has been preserved.
Okay.
The Book of Psalms is the third longest book in the Bible. The first one is Jeremiah, which we'll be coming up on.
Okay.
And the second is Genesis.
Oh, okay.
Which I didn't realize, or if we did say that at the time, I've long forgotten that fact.
Got it. So we've got 2 of the 3 longest books out of the way.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. And hopefully Jeremiah won't be Dollsville.
I hope not.
I mean, he's supposed to be like one of those prophet guys, so surely he's got some story to tell.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
There's only one way to find out.
Right.
Straight through it.
So, the next section I'm going to cover is just kind of like a summary, like, what is the Book of Psalms? What's the deal?
Yeah.
What is it about?
It's their rock and their shelter.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay. The Book of Psalms is a collection, as we know, of poems, hymns, and prayers that express the religious feelings of Jews throughout the various periods of their national history.
Okay.
They are difficult to classify.
I mean, they all praise God a lot.
But not all of them.
Most of them.
Right. But there is one that doesn't.
Also, there's some stomping in people's enemies' blood.
Yes.
So there's that too.
Yes, and throwing babies against rocks.
Right.
Yes. So they are difficult to classify because of the wide variety of experiences, mood, and sentiments reflected in them, as well as the background and historical situation from which the different ones were produced.
Right.
So what was happening at the time they were being written versus what was happening that they were writing about.
Got it.
So
sure,
all kinds of different influences.
Yeah.
As a whole, the Book of Psalms may be regarded as a kind of epitome of the entire range of the Hebrews' religious life. It has been said that if all the rest of the Old Testament were lost, the essential faith of the Israelite people could be recovered from this single book.
Oh, man. That's
interesting.
I would not want to see that religion.
No, I would not either.
I feel like it's very dark and sad.
Yeah.
Like
same. And angry.
Yeah.
Not just bitter, like angry.
Now I see how you could pull from it.
Right.
The essentials, right?
If you like already know the story and then you were like, "Oh shit, every Old Testament everywhere suddenly disappeared except for the Book of Psalms."
Sure.
You could piece it together with what you already know.
Right. But if you just use Psalms as a basis for a religion, I feel like it would not go well.
It would not go well. Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
The Book of Psalms, this is important. I want you to remember this because it will come up later.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Wife's pointing at me, so it must be important.
It's very important. The Book of Psalms is sometimes called Tehillim, which means Book of Praises or Bible within the Bible, because it covers all the major themes of the Bible story.
Okay.
So just remember that.
Sure.
Okay. A majority of the biblical psalms are devoted to expressing praise or thanksgiving to God, although the tone oscillates from joyous celebration to solemn hymn to bitter protest. Yeah, you can say that again.
Right.
Many of the psalms repeat episodes of Israel's history, as we said, especially the story of Israel's exodus from Egypt and its arrival in the Promised Land.
Yeah.
But I disagree with that assessment. I think that we learned more about the post-exilic or after the exile.
Right.
I think that was spoken of more in the Psalms than the story of them leaving Egypt and going to Canaan.
Right. There was only a few about the about that I recall.
Right. So I don't know. I saw that assessment and I copied it into my notes.
But here's the other side of that too. A lot of these were about the naysayers against Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what God should do to those people,
right?
Right?
Yeah.
And so you could take that to mean times during the Exodus,
Mm-hmm.
and so it would cover that. You could interpret it to cover that as well as the post-exilic period.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Another category of psalms includes laments or supplications in which the author requests relief from his physical suffering and his enemies. And we saw a lot of that.
A lot of that.
The book of Psalms is one of the most diverse books of the Bible, as the Psalms deal with a wide variety of topics. God and his creation, war, worship, wisdom, sin and evil, judgment, justice, and the coming of the Messiah.
Okay.
All of these points notwithstanding, 5 major types of psalms have been identified. And I did try to identify these as I went along.
Sure.
So
some of it will be repeated.
Right.
As to what we've already heard.
Well, what I was going to say is apologies for the times I didn't point them out.
Oh, okay.
But the 5 types of psalms are hymns, which those are the songs, songs,
right?
Communal laments, individual laments, thanksgiving psalms, and royal psalms.
Got it.
So
okay.
I think that for the most part, I talked about those 5 as we went through.
Maybe if anything early on, maybe you didn't say them as much as you did later.
Right.
But
as I learned more about what the psalms were.
It was a repeating theme that started coming up. So
yeah. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know.
I mean, we definitely don't know what we don't know.
Right. Right.
So.
Definitely. But in researching, sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I got to go back.
Right.
To the beginning and redo my notes.
Yeah.
And I don't do that with podcasting because you can't just go like 10 episodes back and be like, wee.
We're going to throw an edit in here.
That's not our style.
By the by.
So now let's talk a little bit about the style, a very little bit, because please.
Sure.
Unlike Roman poetry, in which rhythm and meter are structured around a pattern of stressed syllables, which, poetry like we like today.
Sure.
We like a strong rhythm, and we like it to rhyme correctly, and we like it to have a pattern.
Yeah.
We want our poetry to make sense. I mean, there's like that loosey-goosey stuff that's kind of like interpretation that doesn't rhyme, but it still has a mood.
But even then, the delivery has a cadence to it.
Cadence, thank you.
So, I mean, it's not just, and that's hard. Like, even if they did have a cadence initially with the Psalms, we don't know what that cadence was. We don't know how it was meant to be delivered.
Exactly.
So it's hard to pick up on that aspect of the poetry of those Psalms, if that is something that was involved in it.
Exactly. No, thank you for using that word. That's perfect.
Sure.
Biblical poetry, as opposed to that structure, is largely based on pairings of versets. And a verset is a segment or half of a verse and line, and usually it's only a handful of words long.
Okay.
So we would see them say something like, somebody ate the hot dog. The hot dog was eaten by somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? That would be a verset.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it, yeah.
Where they parallel each other. And that style is called actually parallelism.
Okay.
So these are versets, and the style is parallelism.
Got it.
Okay. Where the second verset, the second line, reiterates or expands upon the ideas of the first. So it might be the hot dog was eaten by somebody. The hot dog eaten by somebody was delicious. Or something like that.
Right.
Or that delicious hot dog was indeed eaten.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something, I'm being a little ridiculous on purpose because it's not about a hot dog.
Obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
I'm just trying to provide examples for the class.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now I have 3 little bits of trivia beyond what we already know, which is things like we already know that the book of Psalms was divided into 5 books.
Correct.
And we know that is meant to, or that it is thought that is meant to duplicate the Pentateuch.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you recall that?
I do, now that you say it, I wouldn't have recalled it on my own.
Okay. Well, recall it.
I'm recalling it.
Okay.
It's recalled.
Okay. Another point of trivia.
Yeah.
Psalm 88 is the only psalm that ends without some kind of praise or hope in God. And I don't recall that.
Yeah.
But I find it interesting.
Right. Yeah.
There's 150 psalms, and of those, only one doesn't end with a thank God. Psalm 117, if you recall, is the shortest psalm with only 2 verses.
Right.
And Psalm 119 is the longest with 176 verses.
Yeah.
The Psalms, this is interesting, which I had noted this myself, but that it's pointed out made me feel good for like understanding this thing.
Okay.
The Psalms are one of the very few books used in both Christian and Jewish worship regularly. They are referenced regularly.
Yeah.
And you can't say that about a lot else.
Right. Right.
So I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
So now are you ready for a very short pop quiz?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
I fully expect that we will fail these because sometimes they're like, which psalm?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like
Yeah.
literally, I'm so bad at numbers.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So good luck.
Okay.
Where would you find these verses? I look up to the mountains. Does my help come from there? My help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. Okay, and I have a multiple choice here.
Okay.
119, 1, 117, and 121.
I'm going to go with 119. And is that correct?
Okay, we don't know till the end.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry, I was plugging it in. I wasn't sure if this was one that would tell us now or if we
Got it.
find out at
yeah,
the
I was
end.
like, what are you doing?
I'm being quiet, don't you know? Okay, Psalms is divided into 6 sections, each with a different emphasis. True or false?
False.
Where would you find this verse in the Protestant Bible? And the reason that that is specified is because let us not forget that various Bibles have different numbering. And so when you look up a psalm number, you have to know
Which type?
which Bible you're
Right.
talking about.
Yeah.
As the deer pants for streams of water, so I long for you, O God. Is that chapter or Psalm 117, verse 2, Psalm 41, verse 1, Psalm 42, verse 1, or Psalm 44, verse 9?
I'm going to go with the first one, 117.
Sure. I have no idea.
I don't either.
Okay, number 4. Which of the following was not a known writer of a psalm as attributed in the Bible?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abraham, Moses, Solomon, or all of these wrote a psalm.
Abraham.
Okay.
Okay.
Interlude, also called Salah, appears 71 times in Psalms, yet the meaning is unclear. True or false?
True.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. What 2 psalms did David write during Absalom's rebellion?
The fuck if I know.
Right? 3 and 7, 142 and 57, 34 and 56, or 18 and 51?
I'm going to go with C. C is usually the right answer, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't
I could
fucking
not
know.
even tell you. Okay, we might get this one.
Okay.
What is the shortest psalm?
Wasn't it 117?
It was. Your other choices were 119, 133, and 134.
Got it.
Okay. Which of these verses is not messianic, meaning it doesn't mention the Messiah? Okay.
Fail.
Right. Because we have no clue, I'm not going to read the verses. I'm only going to read the psalm number because it just doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Okay. 34, 16, 16, or 2.
I'm going to go with 2.
Okay. I would have gone with one of the 16s.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want me to change it?
Nope.
Okay. Number 9. The 23rd Psalm was written by Solomon. True or false?
True.
Sure.
No fucking clue.
No clue. Yeah. I don't know.
This is gonna be like the worst quiz we've ever taken because I there's like no fucking way. You would have to study so much to know this shit.
I think it's stupid to have to know which psalm. Like, give me the what kind of things were said? What kind of things happened?
Yeah, this quiz is crap.
Yeah, like this is stupid. Number 10.
Stick with us just in case we say something really funny.
Yeah. I mean, we got to see how badly we failed it. I know we've got a few right.
Right, yeah.
Number 10. In which psalm would you find this verse? Your word is a lamp for my feet and a light for my path.
I do remember that.
I remember the words, verse, but
yeah.
I don't remember which psalm.
Right.
118, 121, 119, or 117.
I'm going to go with 118.
That's the one I was going to go with. Let's hope that's right.
Yeah.
Number 11. The psalmists also... No, let me rephrase that. The psalmists often demanded God's justice and vengeance against an enemy.
Yes.
Yes.
All the fucking time.
All the fucking time.
Jesus. They were fucking murderous bastards.
Number 12. Which of the following psalms is attributed to Solomon? 72, 70, 73, 71.
72.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
In what psalm?
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Just pick one.
Okay. In what psalm would you find the following verses? I love you, Lord. You are my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, my savior. My God is my rock.
I know. All of them.
All of them.
All
right.
of the above.
Okay, so do you want me to pick 16, 18, 121, or 37?
37.
Sure.
Why not? Are you having trouble finding 37?
No, I accidentally hit hint and it crossed two of them out, and 37 was one of them.
Oh, okay. So then pick one of the other ones.
18 or 121?
Let's go with 8 and 121.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. My pinky accidentally hit it.
Yeah.
Who wrote this verse found in Psalm 27, verse 1? The Lord is my light and my salvation. So why should I be afraid? The Lord protects me from... I mean, that's what I would have guessed. Like, didn't he write them all?
That's what my understanding.
Right? How many psalms are there?
150. That one
Very
I know I got
good.
right.
Yeah, these two are ones that you have to answer. It's not multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some wrong. Okay. Number 1 was, where would you find these verses? I look up to the mountain, who cares, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We picked 119. The correct answer was 121. Who cares?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one, Psalm is divided into 6 sections. We picked false, and that is correct.
Right, because it's 5.
Because it's 5.
Right.
We messed this one up.
Damn it.
Where would you find this verse? And I'm not going to read the
doesn't even
verse.
matter.
Nope, we got that wrong.
Right.
Okay. Number 4. Which of the following was not a known writer of a psalm as attributed in the Bible? Abraham. We got that right. Yep. Ooh, here's another one we got right. Interlude, also called Salah, appears 71 times in the Bible, yet the meaning is unclear.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
Yep. We got that one right. Womp womp. We got this one wrong. What 2 psalms... Yep. Okay, number 7. We got this one correct. What is the shortest psalm? And it's 117.
Yeah.
Yep. Which of these verses? We got it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, we got this one wrong. The 23rd psalm was written by Solomon.
Okay.
That's
whatever.
We wrote true, and it was false. We should have known that David wrote them all. Damn it.
Yeah.
In which psalm? We got it wrong. Okay, number 11. The psalmist often demanded God's justice and vengeance against an army.
True.
We put fuck yeah.
Yeah,
and that is correct.
Gotta be right. Yeah.
Which of the following psalms is attributed to Solomon? We guessed correctly on that one.
Awesome.
72.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We don't deserve it, and I don't
but
care.
I'll take it.
Yep. In what psalm? We got it wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Who wrote this verse? Blah, 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 blah. Of course, we guessed David because who cares what it is?
Right.
He wrote all of them, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Was it David? Yes. The answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Psalms? David.
Yeah.
Psalms? David.
Always David. Never not David.
Right.
How many psalms are there?
150.
We didn't even have to use multiple choice on that.
Yeah.
Okay. We got an 8 out of 15.
That's not bad. That's over half.
The average score is 9 out of 15.
Fuck those average people.
Right?
I don't buy that for a minute. Maybe, I mean, I get, who are these average people?
Well, I didn't say they were average. I said the average score.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Well, okay, let's look at this though. We're taking the quiz for funsies.
Yeah.
Right? We're not like
avid. Oh, probably a lot of people take it because they're studying the Bible. And
right.
Shit.
And
I mean, like, we are
trying.
kind of studying the Bible.
But they're trying.
Got it.
Like,
yeah.
We're not trying.
Right.
We did not study.
Also, was it an open book test or not?
I don't know.
We could have very easily open booked it.
We're trying to go off of memory and understanding and discussion.
Right.
And we are not good at any of those, apparently.
No, and besides, we read these books over the period of like a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
So how the fuck are we supposed to remember all that shit?
We're not. It's just fun to see like what we retain and how well we do against other people who actually give a shit.
Right.
So we only missed one less than people who are actually studying this stuff.
Right.
So I feel good about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it.
Okay. Well, that does it for this episode of our wrap up for
the Book of Psalms.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will be back tomorrow with the episode I like to call Contradictions.
And I like to call You're Always Wrong, because you're always wrong.
We will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
What are we doing today?
We're doing contradictions for shit.
No, absolutely not.
No?
We're doing You're Always Wrong.
But it's contradictions.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the contradictions.
Yeah.
And that's the episode. That's what I'm going to call it.
It's the game.
It's the contradictions episode.
It's the game where I ask you a question and it doesn't matter what you answer because the Bible has contradictions. You're always wrong. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, we're doing that episode for the Book of Psalms because we're done with Psalms and Psalms are behind us and we are done with Psalms.
You know what I'm right about?
What?
We're about to go do this now.
Yep.
Let's go do it.
Okie dokie. Okay, let's get into this.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First question.
Yeah?
Is God the creator of evil? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, that is correct because, behold, I will bring evil upon the house of Jeroboam, blah, 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 it says in 1 Kings.
Yeah.
And then, behold, this king is of the evil Lord. No, wait, this evil is of the Lord. Sorry, I fucked that up. And that's in 2 Kings.
Uh-huh.
And then, what? Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? And that's in Job. Okay?
Okay.
So those are the ones that corroborate your answer, but guess what?
You're
always wrong.
Fuck.
Because no, God is not the creator of evil.
No?
No, according to Psalms, which we just read.
Yeah.
For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. So
okay.
I don't know that that's necessarily
really,
a contradiction, but it does kind of say he brings evil and he puts it on you versus he doesn't like that stuff.
But I find that Christians in general don't like it when you're like, yeah, but God created all the evil. So, like, you can't get around that because either he created everything or he didn't. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And if he created everything, then he created evil.
Right.
I don't think he created shit, personally.
Same.
But if you're going to say that he did...
You can't have it both ways.
Right.
Believers.
Yeah.
You got to pick one.
Exactly.
Like husband did. Even if you're always wrong.
I just picked one, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and I should have said this beforehand. Some of these questions might be ones that I've asked before.
Okay.
We're getting to the point now that we're halfway through the Bible.
Yeah.
Or halfway through the Old Testament, at least.
Sure.
That where some of the questions will overlap with books we've already read.
Yeah.
That
for sure.
We came up with answers to, but now we have further reason to say.
Right. These are specifically contradictions that we're finding in Psalms. And prior.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
I mean.
That's what I'm saying. Some of these questions will overlap, and I don't remember which ones I've already asked.
Yeah. No,
so we're going to have questions that I already said, yes, the answer is yes, because according to Kings, blah, blah, blah. But no, because according to Genesis, blah, blah, blah.
Well, obviously. This is the Psalms contradictions.
Yes. All of these will have a base in Psalms in addition to anything else that I may or may not have already asked.
Sure.
I just wanted to clarify in case somebody's like, you already asked that.
Right.
I probably did.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, where does God dwell? Do you want multiple choice?
Yes.
Okay. You can say he dwells in Zion, or you could say he dwells in the heavens. He also dwells in other places that we haven't read yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just going to go with the majority of the time that we've been reading the Bible, and I'm going to go with Zion because he's dwelled in the ark and in the tabernacle and in the temple, and he killed Uzzah that one time because, he tipped over he tried to stop the ark from tipping over. Like, he's always there, like that's what they say.
Right. And you would think so, because in Psalms it does say the Lord which dwelleth in Zion, and it also says his dwelling place is in Zion, and it also says for the Lord hath chosen Zion, he lives there, it's habitation, this is my rest forever, here I will dwell. So that's all from various Psalms.
Right.
Okay. But you're always wrong.
Oh, shit.
He dwells in the heavens.
Mm.
Also according to Psalms.
Yeah.
God dwells in the heavens. Unto you I lift up mine eyes, O thou that dwellest in the heavens.
Okay.
So,
I kind of vaguely remember them saying both of those things. So I already knew I was going to be wrong with that one, like for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Because we had talked about it.
Because we talked about both of them. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. You were like, shit, man, this guy's everywhere. He lived in a tent for a while. Yeah, I remember that. And I said he was a column of smoke for a bit, too. So,
but I was just going with the majority of time thus far. And I feel like the majority of time thus far has been said that he spends his time on the ark in Zion, sitting on that fucking throne or whatever. And, so.
And believers, Christians would tell you that the answer is both, because he's all around and lives everywhere. So it's not a contradiction.
I'm sure there's some metaphorical blah, 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 whatever thing.
Because sometimes it's literal and sometimes it's metaphorical, and you're supposed to know the difference, except that nobody can agree, and the different factions of Christianity all argue amongst themselves. So how the fuck am I supposed to know if even y'all don't have your shit straight?
I get shit from theists all the time, Christians. And they always say, well, you're just not understanding how it's meant to be read. It's meant to be read metaphorically. And I'm like, yeah. I get it. I understand that it's not always a literal interpretation of what we're reading. I understand that. But the problem that I have with this is that some people do interpret it literally.
My parents are part of that.
Right.
There's a whole Southern Baptist part of the United States that takes it literally.
Yeah, and some people don't. The truth of the matter is, my truth of the matter is that God does not exist.
Right.
And that it is harmful to our society to believe that God does, and then use that idea to push laws and ideas on people that are harmful. So I don't really give a fuck about your metaphors.
How you read it, it doesn't matter, because either way, whether you're reading it metaphorically or literally, you are putting your silliness and your belief and your nonsense on me and my children. And that's problematic when we're supposed to be a nation of people who all came from different walks of life and are free to operate in their own homes how they fucking want.
So biblical metaphors can fuck right the fuck off.
Yeah, I would say so. Number 3, does God help in times of need? Do you need multiple choice?
I'm going to go with no.
Okay, so you're going to say no. All right.
Multiple choice of yes or no?
Yeah, that's why I asked, do you need multiple choice?
Sorry.
Yes, no, maybe, never. What?
Was I pausing that long? Did I stutter in my answer that long?
No, you did not.
Okay, all right.
You would think that your answer is correct, because in 1 Samuel it says, and ye shall cry out in that day because of your king, which ye shall have chosen you, and the Lord will not hear you in that day.
Yeah.
So, there's that. And then in Psalms, why do you stand so far off, O Lord? Why do you hide thyself in times of trouble?
Right.
And then also in Psalms, he says, thou hearest me not. And why castest thou off my soul? Why hidest thou face from me? These are all like King James.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat like whatever. It's usually like a personal account of, why aren't you talking to me personally? Jesus Christ, fuck you for not talking to me personally, God.
Get over here.
Which always blows me away, like how, if there is a God, and if the God that is there is the same God that was in Genesis and Exodus, like, how is he not fucking killing you?
Whomst the fuck do you think you are to make that demand is what I want to know.
Right.
The very audacity.
I mean, based on the biblical God, yeah, like fucking A,
Those
man.
words would never escape my mouth. But it doesn't matter, because you're always wrong.
Obviously.
Of course he always helps the needy. For he hath not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither hath he hid his face from him, but when he cried out unto him, he heard.
You know which needy he won't help?
Which ones?
The ones that don't worship him and fear him.
Right.
Those are the needy ones that he won't help.
Yeah. Kill them.
Right.
Kill them all.
Yeah.
Also in Psalms, God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble, and the Lord is near to all who call upon him. Like, as long as you call upon him.
Right.
Except if you don't, because...
It's not just calling upon him. You have to worship him and grovel at his feet and literally be scared.
You also have to be in the right part of the world.
Right.
And in the part of the world, you have to be in the right part of that country. And you should probably also have the right color skin for whatever area you're in.
And you got to burn the right kind of animal.
Yes, always. So number 4, is every word of God pure?
No.
You didn't even hesitate.
Sorry, that was just my, camped base answer there.
Yeah, your first instinct.
Right,
absolutely fucking not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. According to 2 Kings, hath he not sent me to the men which sit on the wall that they may eat their own dung and drink their own piss with you? Yeah, that's not very pure, is it? No. But, you're always wrong.
Obviously.
So, according to Psalms, the words of the Lord are pure words as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. And then elsewhere in Psalms, thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it.
That sounds very ethereal and beautiful.
Doesn't it? Especially when I use this tone of
voice.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So who owns the earth? That's number 5.
I do.
You're so stupid. Do you want multiple choice?
I'm assuming God owns the earth.
It's either God or humans, but there's also another answer, Satan, but we can't read him yet because that one is in the New Testament. All of those answers.
Well, of those, I'm going to go with God because technically, I think, given the fact that in the Bible, he flooded the entire fucking earth and killed everybody, I would call that a bit of ownership.
Yeah.
And
he takes credit for building the whole thing and for all of the good that happens on it. And we are his. You
can't really own something if somebody can flood you and kill you.
Right.
I'm just saying.
You can say it's yours, but you wrong.
Right.
It's kind of like if I say that, like if I'm renting an apartment and I say this is mine and it's like, well, but is it though?
No.
Like, no, you're renting. You don't have a mortgage on that. Unless like you bought a flat.
Right.
Then that's different. Or a condo or whatever we call those things.
Sure.
Then that belongs to you.
Right.
But even then, does it really? Because it kind of belongs to the bank. But
Unless you own it outright.
But even then,
the government could still requisition it or something.
If they want to build a intergalactic
space highway.
Space byway, through your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so number 5, who owns the earth? And you say God. And you would think that's correct. There's lots of proofs for that.
Sure.
Like in Genesis, the Most High God, possessor of earth and heaven. And then in Exodus, the earth is the Lord's, and all the earth is mine. And then in Deuteronomy, behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord thy God, the earth also with all that therein is.
Oh, Jesus, that was some rough words there.
That was hard.
Yeah.
Might have fucked it up, but I just did it with confidence.
The heavens and Lord, and yeah.
Yeah, I just kept going.
Right.
Yeah. So in 1 Chronicles, all that is in the heaven and in the earth is thine. And then in Psalms even, we've got the earth is the Lord's, the world is mine, the heavens are thine, blah, 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 blah. But you're always wrong.
Okay.
Because humans own the earth. Also according to Psalms, even the heavens are the Lord's, but the earth hath he given to the children of men.
I'm having a hard time with that one. Even though the words were said, if God were real and if the Bible were actually God's word, which obviously it's contradicted, based on his actions, I can't accept that answer.
Well, it's kind of like, okay, so we had 3 different cars, and so we let Kid have one, but it's ours.
Right.
It's their car for all intents and purposes, but at the end of the day, it's in our name. We pay the insurance on it. We make sure that all of the maintenance is done. We usually pay for the gas that goes into it.
Right.
It is our car.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We're not planning on taking it back, though.
No, we're not. But if Kid was in here going, it's my car, like,
right.
we would laugh and cackle because it's like, well, it is. And do you really want it to be yours? Which Kid would never do because Kid is like,
very grateful. Very
grateful, understands that it's a great privilege that they have.
Sure.
And, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's, I don't know, the whole, it's not yours if somebody else can take it away from you or destroy it because they have more power.
Right.
And not just take it away and destroy it, but have the social and or legal right to do so or the physical power to get away with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, okay, if God took the earth back from us, that's not exactly like legal or moral or whatever, but he has the strength and power, according to the Bible, to do that.
Right.
That makes it not ours.
Yeah.
So,
no, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Number 6. Oh, we're taking forever. We have so many opinions. Is God merciful? I've asked this one before.
No.
You look like that Bugs Bunny meme where he goes, no.
Well, I was trying to think of a time when he was merciful. And mostly he's only merciful to people who grovel before him. And that mercy is at that hard won. He's not merciful. He's
not.
He fucking killed Uzzah. I keep coming back to Uzzah because Uzzah was just trying to fucking steady a goddamn ark that was falling over.
And like it was his first instinct. He was just like trying to make sure it didn't hit the ground. Like with the American flag, you know, like it's not supposed to hit the ground, so you like dive for it, you know,
right,
or whatever.
And there was that guy that was like picking up sticks on Sunday, fucking zapped him dead.
Yeah.
And then Aaron's kids, they were lit the wrong type of incense or whatever and fucking killed them on the spot or whatever.
And then Aaron wasn't even allowed to fucking cry about it.
Right.
Like, oh, don't worry.
I mean,
if you cry, I'll kill you too.
These are only just the off the top of my head easy instances, but there's lots more of those where God's like, fuck you for that, and then like punishes them immediately.
Yep.
You know, and I can't say that he's merciful if there's no chance for redemption.
Right, exactly.
That's not mercy.
No.
Especially in cases where the infraction is such a small infraction.
Right.
It could be, okay, I understand that God wants it to not be a small infraction. It's a big infraction because otherwise why would he kill somebody over it?
Right.
But they are small infractions.
Yes, agreed.
So I just can't accept that answer that he's merciful.
No, me neither. And there are many places in the Bible where he's very cruel, unmerciful, and outright evil.
Yeah.
He punishes children and future generations for things their parents did.
Right.
In Exodus. He told Moses to kill people and hang their bodies on trees.
That was right after he gave them the 10 Commandments and said, thou shalt not kill. And then they get down to the bottom of the thing and find out that they're making idols. And he's like, nah, go kill those fuckers.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
Yep.
What the fuck is that shit? You literally just gave us the law.
But then
said, don't do that.
But then Moses dropped it on the floor and cracked it. So did it count? He also commanded his followers to kill entire cities and nations, killing without pity every man, woman, infant, and suckling.
Yeah, there was like one where they like wanted them to pile the bodies and
that's in Deuteronomy.
Like, Jesus Christ.
And thou shalt consume all the people which the Lord thy God shall deliver thee. Thine eye shall have no pit upon them.
Yeah.
Yeah. He killed 50,000 people because some of them looked into the ark of the Lord. Yeah. And that was in 1 Samuel. So, yeah, he is definitely not merciful. But having said that, this is the Bible, so
of course
you're always wrong.
But I'm not.
But you're not. I don't take great pleasure in this one. According to Exodus chapter 34, God is kind, merciful, and good. The Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth. And then in Deuteronomy, for the Lord thy God is a merciful God. And then in 2 Samuel, which, you know, we read a evil one from Samuel, but now we got this one.
Sure.
Let us fall now into the hands of the Lord, for his mercies are great. And then lots of them in 1 Chronicles and Psalms. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Good and upright is the Lord, for thou, Lord, art good and ready to forgive and plenteous in mercy, blah, 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 like fuck off.
Right.
Yeah. So number 7, do evildoers prosper?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Yes. I'm having a really hard time this time with the "you're always wrong." Okay. Yeah, there is some truth to what you say. He might indeed be evil because in Job,
I just have a perfect example of evil doers always prosper.
Mm-hmm.
Trump.
I mean, that's true.
Like, I mean, come on.
He
This
falls
fucker
up.
does everything wrong and does all the crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And yet. Like, he could go to fucking jail.
And he could still be president.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
Both things can be true. And that is fucking just unbelievable.
Yes.
So in Job, those who do evil prosper. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they provoke God. They that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly.
Mm.
And then in Psalms, even there's proof that he is, or proof that the evil do prosper.
Right.
When I saw the prosperity of the wicked, they have more than heart could wish. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches.
Mm.
Okay. But you're always wrong.
Well, I also recall some from Job where Job was asking why the evildoers always prosper and stuff too. Oh, did you say? Okay,
I said
I'm sorry.
Job.
I'm sorry.
I read one from Job. Didn't particularly read that one.
I
but
apologize.
Yes.
I apologize.
No, that's okay. But again, you are always wrong.
Mm.
So there is obviously proof that the evil do not prosper.
Proof,
okay?
quote unquote.
Yeah. In Psalms, which again, one of the proofs for was in Psalms. And now we're reading proof against.
Right.
So, yeah,
right.
from the same fucking book.
Yeah.
Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous will be desolate.
Mm,
So,
okay.
it just depends on the day.
Yeah, sure.
Depends on the page.
Right. Yeah.
Number 8, how should we treat our enemies? Do you want multiple choice?
Sure.
Okay. There's love them, be kind to them, and treat them well. Or there's hate them and wish them evil.
Well, if you're asking which one the Bible condones, I'm going to say the hate. Which one I condone, I say love thy neighbors.
Right.
But the hate, like specifically in Psalms, I remember them fucking dancing in people's blood and letting their dogs lap up the blood and crazy shit.
All of the ones that I took for hate come from Psalms.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm just going to read various bits. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
So all of these prove you correct that, yes, God says that you should treat your neighbors with hate.
Got it.
Or your evil people.
Sure.
Your
hate
enemies.
Hate thy neighbor.
Hate thy enemy.
Right.
Yeah.
Or hate thy enemy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not neighbor.
These are all from Psalms.
Unless your neighbor is your enemy. Then, of course, you can still hate them.
Our neighbors are enemy, and I'm not fond of them, but I don't, wish them dead or anything.
Right. I mean, somebody hurt themselves over there the other day, and we were like, what?
I actually ran outside to make sure dude was okay and was like, do you need any help? And
right.
Yeah. But no, he's okay. He had to go to the hospital and get stitches, but
right.
I mean, I was like, let me know if I can do anything.
Yeah.
Because you know why? I'm a decent fucking person.
Right.
With morals.
We don't hate them. It's just they have a, Trump Buddha statue.
Yeah, and they gave us hassle over
our
parking in front of our house.
Yeah. I mean, we have a tiff with them, I would say.
They didn't start out with us on a good foot, so I wouldn't say I'm fond of them.
Right, but they do wave at us from their yard sometimes and say hi and shit like that.
Pretend that we're friendly. And,
right. It's all good as long as we're all just,
as long as we're all
going along to getting along.
Exactly. And you know what? Even though I don't like her and I think she doesn't like me,
yeah.
I think that if I went over in an emergency, she would probably let me use her phone.
Oh, I'm sure.
Give me aid.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what it's about.
Yeah, we're not about to break out like the McCoys and the Hatfields, here
McCoys
or something.
and the Hatfields. What generation are you? Jesus Christ. How old are you? What the fuck? How did you even pull that out of your ass?
I mean, it was on Bugs Bunny, for God's sakes. Come on.
But that's what I'm saying. How fucking old are you?
I mean, apparently I'm ancient, I guess. I don't know.
Older than me, even though I'm older than you. I mean, that's just so not something that I would pull out the way you just did.
But don't you think most of our listeners, the ones that are the same age as us, will get that reference at least?
I honestly don't know. I really
well, anyway,
don't.
for those that don't, it was a feud between families I don't know a ton about it.
I think that they would probably be more familiar with sharks and jets or Crips and blood.
Anyway, it was like they were like in Kentucky or something. Somewhere, Kentucky or somewhere down there. And there was a feud between families.
It was
and
bad
there was a
blood.
thing. It was on Warehouse 13, for God's sakes.
It was the Montagues and the Capulets.
It was on Warehouse 13.
It was.
So it's not that random.
No, I didn't say it was random. It's just, I just named so many other examples of ones that would come to mind before those.
Sure.
And that it just really surprised me because you're not always the most like literary or whatever. Like, I don't know. That sounded insulting and I didn't mean it to.
It kind of was.
You
Because I do read quite a bit.
You do, but oh my God, I'm the one that makes obscure references.
Oh, yes.
Not that was obscure,
man,
but
I'm really sorry that I was the one that made an obscure reference. I will try to endeavor never to do that again.
Oh my God. I can't get out of this, can I? Anyway, hate your neighbor.
Yeah.
All from Psalms. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them.
You did that one right at the first time.
I did. Let destruction come upon them unawares. Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell. Jesus. Break their teeth, O God, in their mouth. Let them be as cut in pieces.
Fuck.
Thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thine enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same. Let their eyes be darkened that they see not, and make their loins continually shake.
Yeah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites. They became as dung for the earth. So persecute them with thy tempest. Fill their faces with shame. Let them be put to shame and perish. And I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies.
This is some love here.
That's all from Psalms.
This is some loving God shit here.
Yeah. Those are all from Psalms, my friends. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, but I'm not even going to sing it. You're always wrong. Womp womp. So, do evildoers prosper? Well, those who do evil. Oh wait, no. I scrolled too far.
Yeah.
Sorry. How should we treat our enemies? We just went through. You should hate them, of course.
Right.
But no, you're always wrong.
Okay,
you should love them and be kind to them and treat them well, which is how we do.
Right.
Because we have morals and values.
Yeah.
Okay. This is from Exodus. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him again. Mm-hmm. Don't be a dick.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, our people next door have dogs, and I would take their dogs back if their dogs got out.
Yeah.
They got into our yard. I'm not going to
pretend it's mine. Their kids play wiffle ball next door. We toss the ball back over or let them come over and get it.
Yeah. We have an opening in our fence, and they just come in and get it now.
Because they know we're okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, I did tell them it's okay.
Right.
They didn't actually come into my yard.
Right. No, they were
I
good.
Told them.
They were good.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Okay, this one's from Psalms. Oh, wait. No. Sorry, that was the only example I have.
Okay.
Yeah. There are other examples, but let us not forget we haven't read the whole Bible yet.
Sure. I mean, that's more the Jesus-y thing, right?
Yes. Jesus was all about loving your neighbor.
At least we think. We haven't got there yet.
From what I hear.
Yeah.
From what I hear.
It's the rumor.
The hardcore Christians, like the Baptists and stuff.
Yeah.
They like the fire and brimstone and hatred of the Old Testament, but not necessarily all the rules.
Yeah.
And they like to pretend that they are in the New Testament because Jesus saves. You know what I mean?
No, they like to have it both ways.
Yeah. And then, like, if you point out stuff to them, then they're like, that's OT. That doesn't count. We don't do that.
Right.
And I'm like, all of the hatefulness that you exhibit is
from
OT.
the OT. Right. Yeah.
But whatever. They've never read it straight through and asked questions like we're doing. So
fuck
them.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9. Is it wrong to steal?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. According to the Bible, not us.
Right. No, I was answering for myself. Sorry.
What?
I was answering that it's wrong to steal. Like, you asked me, is it wrong to steal? I said, yes, it is.
In my brain, the question played out, is it okay to steal?
Oh.
And so when you said yes, I was like, it is not. What is wrong with you?
No, you said, is it wrong to steal?
Right.
I said, yes, it is wrong.
Right. It is wrong to steal.
Right.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it is always wrong to steal. Okay. Yeah. From Exodus, we've got, thou shalt not steal. From Leviticus, ye shall not steal. From Leviticus, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him.
Right.
From Deuteronomy, neither shalt thou steal. From Psalms, the wicked borroweth and payeth not again. So you're wicked if you steal.
Got it. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. But according to the Bible, you're always wrong. Because sometimes it's okay to steal.
When is it okay to steal?
In Genesis, Rachel stole the images that were her father's.
Okay.
I don't know if you recall that.
Wasn't that the idols or something like that? Yeah.
She stole them, though.
Okay.
And took them with her on the road.
That was okay?
Well, it's okay that it worked out. She stole them and took them with her.
Got it.
You know?
Yeah.
Also, every woman shall borrow of her neighbor, and ye shall spoil the Egyptians. And that was in Exodus.
Okay.
You know, you were supposed to fuck up your neighbor's shit because...
Got it.
You know, they're
Egyptians. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
as long as it's Egyptians or, some other non-Israelite community.
Some other religion.
Right. Then it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also in Exodus, let every man borrow of his neighbor and every woman of her neighbor jewels of silver and jewels of gold.
It says borrow, though.
Borrow without asking was the implication there.
Got it.
Yeah. And then also in Exodus, and the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians and they spoiled them. So they borrowed them in order to destroy them.
Got it.
So
Got
it was stealing.
Sure.
They didn't give it back.
Right. No, I got it. Yeah.
All right. Number 10. Will the earth last forever? I have not asked this one before.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
It just won't.
Okay.
So.
You're right. It will be destroyed.
Okay.
The earth and the heavens are the work of thy hands. They shall perish, according to Psalms.
Okay.
Okay. So you're right, but you're always wrong. The earth will last fucking forever.
Okay.
Infinity, babe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In Deuteronomy.
That's not how science works.
No, it's not. It's not. In Deuteronomy, that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord thy God giveth thee forever. And in Psalms, the righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. And the earth which he hath established forever. And I'm still in Psalms, who laid the foundation of the earth that it should not be removed forever. So
that's a lot of forevers.
That's a lot of poesy and metaphor,
right? And
ignorance, because they just didn't know,
right?
When I say ignorance, I mean classic sense of the word, not you fucking ignoramus,
right?
Like
right.
I'm
no,
saying,
they were literally ignorant of science, so
and math,
they can't
and
know
geometry,
how the world even works, let alone
song
that it's going
structure,
to end.
Poetry,
right? Right.
They were so primitive. Like, they didn't even have Netflix.
I have no problem with that. The problem I have with this book is that it's still used today.
Right.
That's and not just that, but they take these words and they say, this is the way it is. And I'm like, but it's fucking not.
Right. And if it was only the good ones that say, everybody treat each other with love and respect and let us help each other, that would be okay. But it's not. It's sometimes be mean and steal things and kill. Like, wait, what?
Right.
And also, we don't like you because you wore pants, and girls are only supposed to wear dresses. And, like
there's some
70 years ago, like, you would get in trouble if you went into some churches as a woman wearing a fucking dress or wearing pants instead of a dress.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You guys can't even agree on shit through time.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, number 11. Does God desire animal sacrifices?
Yes.
Yes, he does. Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground, blah, 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 blah. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. Yeah, that was from Genesis. Mm-hmm. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord. He builded is what it says.
Oh, okay.
For reals.
All right.
Because this is from the, what's that? The King James.
Got it.
Sometimes I keep wanting to say New York Times instead of King James. I can't. I don't know why. Like, my sister has a thing where sometimes she says umbrella instead of elevator. Yeah. And vice versa. Mm-hmm. And
yours is King James and New York Times.
Yes. Okay. And I don't know. I don't know what the thing is, but there's some connection between those terms that they're interchangeable. I know that they're not, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Dear God, I know that they're not, you guys. It's just a thing. Anyway, Noah builded an altar unto the Lord and took of every clean beast and every clean fowl and offered burnt offerings on the altar, and the Lord smelled a sweet savor. That's in Genesis.
Yeah.
There's more in Genesis. I'm not going to read
all of it.
There's some in Exodus. Give me that shit and I'll bless you.
Right.
Numbers, the same. Sprinkle their blood upon that altar. Get it.
You had to sprinkle it like to the east, to the west, the north, south.
And don't pee on the tent.
Right.
Tabernacle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In Deuteronomy, offer that shit. But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong.
Okay.
I sing that one kind of soft because who cares? God doesn't desire animal sacrifices.
No?
No.
Oh.
In Psalms, it says, sacrifice and offering thou didst not desire. And also in Psalms, will I eat of the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? Come on now.
It says, come on now.
I added that because
okay.
I'm trying to like go on with the tone of it, because you'd have to read the whole thing in order to catch the tone.
Sure.
But I didn't write down the whole thing.
I gotcha.
Yeah. But it was implied that the next sentence was
no.
Come on now.
Right, yeah.
And then still in Psalms, for thou desirest not sacrifice, thou delightest not in burnt offerings. So, just depends.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
number 12. Does God know and see everything? I've asked this one before, too.
I'm still gonna say no, because he couldn't even fucking find Adam and Eve, and he didn't know that Cain killed his brother Abel. So, and that was when there was like 4 fucking people on the planet.
Yeah, and that's the first example I have. Genesis, he could not find Adam and Eve.
I'm sorry, if you can't figure out where your 4 fucking people are on the planet, you can't find shit. So
no, it's true.
I have no faith in your finding ability.
And then there's further ones in Genesis that aren't Adam and Eve related.
Okay.
Let's see. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth. This is Cain. And from thy face shall I be hid. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden.
Got it.
Yep.
God can't see into the land of Nod.
Because you know why? Because these were geographic gods. They were just to do with their little area, because these were tribes.
Yeah.
So we're going back in time here to explain.
But it sounds a lot like we're talking about Mordor or something, like from fucking Lord of the Rings. Like,
it's outside the Shire. Also in Genesis, remember the Tower of Babel?
Yes.
Okay, and God said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top, oh no, these were the people that said this, not God. Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came to see the city and the tower. He had to come see it. He couldn't see it from space. Okay.
Yeah.
Further on, the Lord appeared in the plains of Mamre. He appeared to Abraham, and they said unto him, where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, behold, in the tent. So he was like, dude, where's your wife? And
couldn't even know that she was in the tent. Huh?
Right. And there was no reason for that. Like,
right.
She's right fucking there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, God, who knows everything and has laser eyes. He's right there. She's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still in Genesis, we've got Sodom and Gomorrah. I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry which is coming unto me. And if not, I will know. So he's like, are they doing bad? I think so, but I'm not sure. I better go down and see.
If this dude knit together the entire fucking universe, and he can't know his own fucking people on his planet and what they're doing, it doesn't bode well for the universe.
Right.
You know,
really
like
doesn't.
it's not a good I don't trust it.
Yeah.
You know, if that's the case.
No, it's true.
If God were real, I'd be like, I'm a little worried about this universe thing you built, man.
Yeah.
Because you can't even track your own fucking people.
Right.
So you probably didn't do a great job. And, have you checked up on it recently? Is it all okay? Like, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man? So then in Deuteronomy, he led those people forever, 40 days or 40 years in the desert.
Wasn't that Exodus?
Well, yeah, but then also the verse that I have is from Deuteronomy.
Oh, okay.
Where God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness to know what was in thine heart. He didn't know.
Right.
He didn't know what was in their heart. You want to make
But there's
sure.
also things where it says that he does know.
I'm not there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
You are always wrong. That is
Yeah,
true.
sorry. Yeah.
You were fighting my
right.
case
No,
here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. In Judges, it says, though may I prove Israel whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein as their fathers did keep it or not. So he's like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm God. I know everything, but I don't know.
Sure.
And then in Job, and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro on the earth and from walking up and down on it.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know the way I stroll.
Yeah, right.
Take me a little walkie walk. And God's like, where you coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're always wrong.
Of course.
Because also in Job, no thought can be withholden from thee.
Mm.
And in Psalms, for he knoweth the secrets of thy heart. So, yeah.
But he doesn't.
Because
he's not real mostly, but
right. Okay, so then we've got a simple yes or no question, husband.
Okay.
Number 13, do the wicked live long? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wherein do the wicked live, become old, yea, and are mighty in power? That's from Job.
Okay.
But you're always wrong.
Of course I am.
And according to Psalms, bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days. So,
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is a really good one. Number 14. No, we've asked this before and we've talked about it too. Can God be seen?
Well, it depends on who you are.
And who you ask.
Yeah. But I'm going to go with, according to the Bible, yes. Yeah.
I would too. Like, yeah, he showed himself multiple times.
Right.
He showed his ass to Noah. I think that's one of these.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Genesis, the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Lord who appeared unto him. And when Abram was 90 years old, and so many years, 90 years old and 9. So 99.
So 99.
Right.
Yeah.
The Lord appeared to him, blah, blah, blah. And the Lord appeared to him again in the plains of Mamre. And God appeared unto Abraham in Exodus. And then he appeared to Isaac and said, go down into Egypt. And then he appeared to Abraham again. The Lord appeared unto Isaac, and said, I am the God of Abraham, thy father, fear not. And God appeared unto Isaac. Isaac and Abraham, he appeared to a whole shit ton.
Yeah.
Let me scroll down. Oh, he also appeared to Jacob.
He appeared all over the fucking place.
Yeah, in Bananarama, remember?
Yeah.
He appeared to Jacob, and then he appeared to Jacob again, and he appeared to Jacob again, and he appeared to Moses saying, I have surely visited you.
Right.
And he appeared lots of times to Moses. I could keep scrolling. Yeah, he appeared to a lot of people.
Right.
Okay. Oh, he appeared to David, and who else? Micaiah, and just so many people. Yeah.
Right.
So I just scrolled through all of that. I'm not going to
Yeah, no, it was a lot. Obviously.
It was a lot of people. Yeah. But you're always wrong.
Yeah.
Because according to Exodus, no, God is invisible. There shall no man see me and live. Right. So not only can't you see him, if you do see him, you'll fucking die.
Well,
which isn't a lie.
We're all going to die.
We're all going to die.
So,
yeah.
What do they mean by that exactly?
I could say, if you take this, you're going to die.
Do you die immediately, though?
Right.
Or do you die later?
Do you die when you
normally die?
Right. It's kind of like that story that we read over the weekend in the Jewish fairy tales where he said, I'm going to do what my father did. And then it turns out, which was go to bed without supper.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Kind of like it's withholding information.
Sure.
Number 15. What's God's name? So many.
I prefer Elohim.
That's not even on the fucking list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We've got
Dick.
I am that I am. We've got Jehovah. Those are some of them.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I didn't list all of them.
Right.
Okay, so in Exodus, God said unto Moses, I am that I am, and he said, thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever.
Right.
And then also, I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of God Almighty, which is Yahweh. So that just depends on which translation you're reading. And then, my name is Jehovah, he said in Exodus.
Yeah.
And then, for thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord whose name is jealous is a jealous God. And then, I don't recall seeing this one, so I should have probably taken a note.
Wasn't there one psalm that named like 7 different names of God in the same psalm?
Yes, but this one that I'm about to say, I don't recall this particular name.
Okay.
So I want to look this up for later.
Sure.
Psalm 68, verse 4, or chapter 4? No. What? I don't remember.
Sure.
Anyway, sing unto God, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Jah.
Jah, huh?
Jah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Psalm 68, verse 4.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, anyway, you're always wrong, whatever. You can't pick the right name. He's got lots of names. So, number 16. How many gods are there?
A fuck ton.
A fuck ton.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. There are several gods. Okay?
Just several?
Several. Okay? Because in Genesis, and God said, let us make man in our image, which I take umbrage with that one, because a lot of times these powery people, they refer to themselves in the third person plural.
Sure.
So I don't necessarily think that counts.
Right.
Let's see. Let us go down there and there confound their language.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one that I'm like, was he saying, hey, let's all us gods together go down and
or
kick
maybe
over
the
that
angels
tower.
or something.
True. Okay, but here's where we get into some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Against all the gods of Egypt, I will execute judgment. Okay?
Right.
That's
right.
acknowledging there
gods
are gods.
of Egypt. Right.
Yeah. Not that I will go and prove that there's no gods of Egypt.
Right.
But that there are gods, and I'm going to kick their ass.
Right.
Okay, and then also, who is like unto thee, O Lord, among all the gods?
Right.
Right? Like, okay. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods. We're still in Exodus.
Okay.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
He that sacrificeth unto any god save unto the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. Thou shalt not revile the gods, make no mention of the name of other gods, and thou shalt make no covenant with other gods, them or their gods.
Right.
I mean, so many, like, no gods, all the gods. There's so many gods.
Right.
In Judges, will thou not possess that which Chemosh, thy God, giveth thee to possess?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
1 Samuel, you shall give glory unto the God of Israel. Peradventure, he will lighten his hand from off you and from your gods. So, there's a bunch. Also in Psalms, for the Lord is to be feared above all gods. Worship him, all ye gods. Our Lord is above all gods. Oh, give thanks unto the God of gods. There's just so many. So many.
Right.
But you're always wrong.
Of course I am.
You know, let me scroll back up, because, no, there's only one.
There's only one?
There's only one.
Oh.
Yeah. In Deuteronomy, unto thee it was shewed that thou mightest know that the Lord, he is God. There is none else beside him. And the Lord, he is God in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath, there is none else. And in Deuteronomy, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
Got it.
And, you know, there's just...
Sure.
In 1 Kings, the Lord, he is the God. The Lord, he is the God. The one God.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, whatever.
Yep.
That one annoyed me. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. All right, number 17. What is the human lifespan?
120 years.
You would think. So it starts out that, yes, in Genesis, he says, yet his days shall be 120 years.
Right.
Okay. But then we've also got some evidence that it's more than 120 years.
In the Bible.
Right. Because after the flood, there were so many people that lived longer than that.
Yeah.
According to the Bible.
Right.
Like Noah lived 950 years.
Yep.
Shem, his son, lived 600 years. Nahor, I remember the name, not how he's related.
Sure.
But he lived 148 years. Terah, again, remember the name, not the story, but he lived 205 years. Sarah lived 127 years. I don't know if I count that. Like, she squeaked by.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I'll let that one slide.
Yeah.
Abraham and Ishmael, they both beat that by far. Abraham 175 years and Ishmael 137 years.
Got it.
So,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Right.
And then in Psalms, the answer is 70 years. The days of our years are 80 years and 10. So.
Okay. I mean, that seems more reasonable for the time. And
yeah, 70 seems about right.
Yeah.
100, 900, I'm not buying
right,
it.
Right.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
So, number 18, does God lie?
They would like to say no.
But does he lie?
Yes.
Yes, he does. In 1 Kings, it says, now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. So, yeah, he lied. I don't care what else you say.
Right.
You're not always wrong.
Right.
I found one.
Well, I mean, Job is another place where he lied a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. In 2 Chronicles, it says, now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets. And yeah, I didn't even get any from Job.
I guess he didn't specifically lie.
He didn't lie in Job. He just didn't tell him
right.
what was happening.
It was omission. It was lie by omission.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So then the Bible says that you're always wrong. I disagree on this one.
Right.
He says, no. In Numbers, it says, God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Yeah, and that's something. He gets to fuck around and he never has to find out.
Right.
Yeah. In 1 Samuel, it says, the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent. And then in 2 Samuel, thou art that God and thy words be true. And then in Psalms, thy word is true from the beginning. So, yeah. Okay. He don't lie.
Apparently.
I'm like, shut the fuck up. Yes, you do. Number 19, does God sleep? Yes or no?
I mean, yes.
Yes. Awake, why sleepest thou, O Lord? That's from Psalms.
Yeah.
So I remember that one.
Right. No, I do too.
But you're always wrong, because also in Psalms, no. Behold, he who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. So, know.
Okay. All right. But he did rest.
He did rest.
I know he rested.
He did.
According to Genesis,
He did take that seventh day, and that's the Sabbath.
There's been some pretty bad atrocities in humankind throughout time. I mean, and I don't know where he was.
I would say he took the day off.
If I was him, I would be like, yeah, I was sleeping.
I definitely took a shut eye.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Took a puff. Took a powder? That's what they say.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's a phrase.
Okay. Where?
Took a powder.
Where's that a phrase at?
I don't know. I've heard it, though.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more obscure than Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah. I was going to say that one I don't know.
I've heard it, though. Took a powder.
Okay.
I don't know where.
Siesta. I've heard siesta. So that's,
I would hope that you've heard of siesta. Jesus Christ. That one's not obscure, at all.
Right. No, I know.
I would hope
that... I was saying that one is more relevant, because people have heard of it, so.
Yeah. All right, number 20. Does God respect anyone? Anyone at all?
No.
That's
just my personal opinion.
Right. There's proof of that in the Bible.
All right.
For that to be correct.
Yeah.
Because in Deuteronomy it says, for the Lord your God regardeth not persons. He holds them not in regard. Nope. Irregardless.
Oh, I hate that word.
So do I.
I used to have a boss that said it all the time, and I couldn't stand it.
I couldn't put up with that. Every time your mom and your brother, every time y'all get together, you always say asterix. And I'm like, y'all know better. Y'all know better.
Yeah.
You know it's not asterix. And I know you know better because I've bitched to you about it.
Right.
But you get around them two, and the three of you, it's an asterix. And I'm like, I will literally jump into your conversation and be like, everybody stop talking for a minute. All of you have to stop saying asterix. Right now.
Right.
Okay, so also in 2 Chronicles, for there is no iniquity with the Lord our God, nor respect of persons. And that's definitely, I feel that. But you're always wrong.
Of course.
I had to sing that one good because it's the last one.
Right.
Yes, he does respect people. He respected not Cain, but he respected Abel.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I guess so.
And then God looked upon the children of Israel in Exodus, and God had respect unto them.
Okay.
And then in Leviticus, for I will have respect unto you and make you fruitful and multiply you and establish my covenant with you. He says he's going to respect them.
I guess.
And then in 2 Kings, and God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them. In Psalms, it says, though the Lord be high, yet hath he respect for the lowly.
I see. Okay. Sounds like a lot of respect there.
That's a lot of
Apparently.
respect.
I just don't buy it.
I don't buy it either.
Yeah.
You don't treat people like that.
No.
I don't care how powerful you are.
He's an asshole.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
God's a dick.
He definitely is. That is our contradiction episode for today, though.
You're always wrong.
But this time I'm right. That was our episode for the day.
You're still always wrong.
Only because you're continuing to talk.
But I agree with you.
You agree with me?
But you're still always wrong. All
right. Well, we'll see you guys in like a week.
Or whatever. We've got stuff lined up for you.
We got shit coming out. And it's things and stuff. And it'll be out in the next few days.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back next week with Proverbs.
Proverbs.
Yeah.
We're starting the book of Proverbs next week. So that is when we will be back on track.
Yeah. We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye. Husband.
Wife?
Have you ever heard of OK Atheists?
Yes, and they are doing some really important work. Our friend Zaylin leads interesting discussions with thought leaders in the atheist community.
We really appreciate their contribution to the secular community and think what they are doing is absolutely amazing. So today we have a fantastic treat for our listeners.
In an effort to support their project and boost their platform, we are opening up our podcast to OK Atheists for Zaylin's interview with Tim Sledge.
If you enjoy this podcast and want to experience more of the critical input that OK Atheist lends to a free-thinking society, please hit the show notes to learn how you can join their Discord or view more of their episodes on YouTube.
So tonight is going to be a wonderful chat with Tim Sledge, who is also on Twitter, and that is where I first saw his account. I did not realize that we actually live quite close to one another. We're in the same area, which was actually pretty cool. And we're actually within the same humanist circles, so that was really cool as well. So I reached out to him and asked him if perhaps he'd be willing to share his journey with us. He started as a pastor in the Houston area and then is now a secular humanist. A lot of his viewpoints have been penned in several books, and we will share some of those tonight. We'll kind of talk about those a little bit if you're looking for something new to read. And I'll put the links up in the chat area. So again, if you're just joining, you can chat with us while we're talking, and we'll do a Q&A in a little while, or you can always raise your hand and we'll try to bring you up. We're not going to be like super formal tonight. So yeah, without further ado, Tim, welcome tonight. And why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about your story?
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored and delighted to be sharing with you guys tonight. Pardon my voice. I've got allergies and I'm a little bit hoarse. But so I was born in Austin, Texas, and we moved around a lot. My dad was a binge alcoholic. He was a great guy. I mean, when he was sober, he was incredible. And I learned a lot of good things from my dad. But every once in a while, maybe it would be a month or 2 months or more, he'd sort of disappear for days or maybe a week or two sometimes. So that created kind of an interesting environment for me and for my sister later. The other part of that was my dad was from a very religious family. He had 6 sisters. He was the youngest. So you can imagine having 6 older sisters who really thought you were great, and he was a great guy. But they were all very religious. And so when I went to see my grandmother, we'd get in the car to leave after a day or two, and she'd gather us all around before we got in the car. and lead us in prayer. My dad, though, obviously there were some contradictions in what was happening in his life, he was also deeply committed to the idea of Jesus and faith. So in this context, we ended up in Snyder, Texas, a West Texas town. And I got my Sunday school class when I was 8 years old, gave me a Bible. They gave everybody a Bible. And I noticed in the back, it said, there was a chart and it said how to read the Bible in 1 year. And it had readings for every day for a whole year. And so I decided I was going to do that. The next summer, when I was 9, we had Vacation Bible School. And if any of you have been to a Baptist Vacation Bible School for kids, usually it's on Thursday. You've had fun, crafts, games, Bible stories. But then the pastor comes in. Well, he told me the same thing my Sunday school teacher, Mr. Reed, told us just about every Sunday morning. Mr. Reed would say, you need to give your life to Jesus. And he'd tell, if you don't give your life to Jesus, you're going to hell. And I mean, he didn't make it super scary. I mean, there was stuff about, just doing the right thing, loving God. And so during that Vacation Bible School, I walked to the front, I prayed, I invited Jesus into my life. I was baptized, fully immersed in water the next Sunday night.
So when you were, sorry for
No,
butting in here a little bit, but when you said the minister was talking to you a little bit about hell, that wasn't scary to you as a kid? Like, or was he just saying it very nicely?
Well, he wasn't. That's interesting, and it's kind of hard to, and it's part of the, looking back at it now, it's part of the craziness of all of this. But I don't remember him shouting, and I liked Mr. Reed. I mean, another interesting thing, this is just a little Baptist church in West Texas, and right before Sunday school, he'd grab his last cigarette and come in and teach us, and then catch another few puffs with my dad and the deacons outside of the church, and then they'd all come back in. And and that was not supposed to be okay, but I mean, it's just the way it was. This was like in the 50s. And so I mean, again, I think this is part of the indoctrination, that you get to a place where you feel, well, this is normal. These people they're just trying to, it's just like my school teachers. They're just trying to tell me how to be a good boy, how to do the right thing. And then, of course, in church, we'd sing songs like, are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? And are your garments spotless? Are you white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb?
Oh, I remember so many of those those songs. I went to Catholic school, but yours sounds actually a little bit nicer, even though the songs are really creepy. But for my experiences, though, I had a nun who was like super mean. I mean, she would like not whip us, but like slap us with the ruler, and I had to sit up straight and pray with the arms at a certain degree angle. I mean, everything had to be perfect. But
wow,
yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, we moved to Odessa, Texas. And if you don't know about Odessa, Texas, that's the home of the Friday Night Lights football team, Permian High School. And that's where I went to high school. When I was 16, I felt that God was calling me to preach. And I walked the aisle again, and I told the congregation. The pastor there was like a second father to me. But by this time, my dad had not totally stopped his problem drinking, but it was almost stopped. And he was going to church now. So I started preaching when I was 16, and by my senior year, I was preaching in some little church or not so little church in West Texas almost every Sunday. I was elected student body president at Permian, and in my speech, I said, look, I'm a Christian, and so I'm not sure what I did to lead, but I'm going to lead like a Christian. And my only contribution to the first Friday Night Lights state championship was most of the home games I said the prayer. So I'd like to take credit for their wins. Not really. But my life in, Southern Baptist dominated West Texas as a teenage preacher was wow. I mean, it was awesome. I had one friend, and his mother in high school, he would say, "Can I go? Do you mind if I go somewhere with so and so?" And she'd just grill him, like, "Well, where are you gonna go? What time you?" But she said, if he said, "I'm going with Tim," she didn't ask any questions. Speeding this up, I got married. We went to Wheaton College, and just outside of Chicago, which is Billy Graham's alma mater, and we ended up sharing a house with Philip Yancey and his wife Janet. Billy Graham said Philip, this was much later, was his favorite Christian writer. And
But at some point, like everything sounds like, just pretty mellow for you and like, not too much drama. I mean, aside from that, your father was drinking a lot. Was that going through that experience? Did you go through a lot of abuse, or was it more of just him just always gone all the time?
well, a binge alcoholic is quite a bit different than like a daily or weekend alcoholic.
Mm.
So life could be really great for months, and then he would mainly just disappear.
Wow.
But and my mother, after my dad died, one of the stories I would tell, even in some of my sermons, was how back then you could get your driver's license in Texas when you were 14. And I would tell the story that the summer that I got my driver's license, my dad, he liked to be with me so much that he had me chauffeur him around. He ran a fence company. He was the manager of it, and he would have me chauffeur him around all summer. Well, after he died, that summer we'd had all that time together. Well, after he died, I found out that the reason I was driving him around that summer was that he'd had a DWI and he didn't have a driver's license right at the time.
Wow.
And so it was more, in 8A and 12 steps, they talk about the elephant in the living room. So it was more about secrets. And he was like a lot of alcoholics. He was he was just a great person. And there may be some people who know more about this than I do listening, but one theory is that alcoholics are more sensitive than most people, and drinking is sometimes tied to there's just too much to take in, too much to handle. I don't know, but it's really, I mean, it was hard in terms of just kind of waiting for the other shoe to fall. I think that's the main way it affected me, and that's common for adult children of alcoholics. It's like, okay, when is the shoe going to fall? Things are really great. When's something bad going to happen?
Yeah. Just to segue a little bit, in one of the books that I had perused through, Goodbye Jesus, in that one, you actually open up with a little bit about talking about your father and your childhood experiences. And
Yes.
then
Mhm.
I recall that you brought up some of the moments that started to first make you wonder about your role as a pastor and to start making these, I guess, forming questions that started leading to you eventually leaving the ministry. So, do you mind chatting a little bit about that,
Not at
or am
all.
I jumping the
No,
gun?
no, no.
Okay.
So, well, I went to seminary, got a master's degree and a doctor of ministry degree. And while I was in seminary, I was a youth minister in Memphis, Tennessee. I would live there in the summer, and then they would fly me to Memphis from Fort Worth, Texas, every other weekend. And one of the things that happened there, this was in Memphis about 2 years after Martin Luther King was assassinated there at the Lorraine Hotel. And I was, to me, and one of the things that Christianity, I don't know if it was Christianity or just genetic, but I know that some of it was my seminary training in ethics. The idea that color doesn't matter, everybody's the same in terms of value, and discriminating against people is really wrong. So I went to Memphis, and we started this ministry called Dilating. And what it was, on the weekend, I trained some, my degrees in seminary were in pastoral care and counseling. And so I trained some people, some teenagers, to answer the phones and just let other teenagers all across Memphis call in and just talk about their problems. And the TV stations gave us free advertising, radio stations did the same. And so we had a lot of people calling us. And Memphis, Tennessee, back then, was about 50% African American. So we had African American youths who called in, and we would invite them to our youth group meetings. We had a swimming party at one of the teenagers' home, and some African American kids came to the swimming party. And in the middle of the party, the parents who owned the house where we were having the party said, "You got a phone call." So I picked up the phone, and it's the father of one of the girls from our church. And he was really angry. And he said, "I understand you've got some, and you used the N-word over there." And I said, "No, I don't." And I repeated, I said, "I know I don't have any of those over here, but there's some black kids over here." I was just, very calm about it. So he came over and got his daughters and took them home. And then around that same time, our pastor was he was more liberal in Southern Baptist life. And he had been very vocal about positive race relations, but the newspaper, I think there were two newspapers in Memphis then, and one of the two newspapers found out that our preschool did not accept African American children. And so one Saturday morning, they wrote like a full page, it was a huge article, and just, rightly so, calling out the hypocrisy. And the pastor was convenient. I mean, it was just accidental, but he was at a Baptist conference in New Mexico when that happened. And the newspaper article said that the NAACP was going to picket our church the next day on Sunday. So an emergency deacons meeting was called, and our Christian Life Commission in the Southern Baptist of Texas had some little pamphlets and they had one on race. And I had some of those because we used them in our dialysis ministry, and so I got a handful of them. And I'm going to the deacons meeting because I'm thinking, well, this would be a good thing that I can speak up and highlight, just to remind everybody what the Bible says about this. But when I got there, oh my gosh, I heard one older deacon, there was a fear they were going to come in the church. And he said kind of under his breath, "If they come in, I'm going to kill them." And it was pretty clear, pretty fast. Nobody was asking for any Bible verses to be read that day. Mm-hmm. The younger.
What was your reaction at hearing all of that at the time? Did you just kind of go with it, or
no? I was like stunned, like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so in the book Goodbye Jesus, I talk about what I call exceptions to the rule of faith, and this started happening, before I was out of seminary, as with these events. But one of the things that I learned, and I think most people do learn in church, is that doubt or hard questions posed about faith or about God, that's not good. It's dealing with doubt is like dealing with the pain of a long distance runner running a marathon. You deal with it, and it's a temptation to give up. And all my life I've been taught, don't give up, don't be a quitter. And so that's what you did. So with these experiences, I look back now on many of them, and I think, well, that alone might have been a good reason to at least really step back and take a hard look at everything. But coming out of this training, this indoctrination, it's like, no, that of course you're having doubts, but just remember Jesus is Lord, and all these positive things. So what I would do, I'd just it wasn't conscious so much, but I'd just say, when I get more education, more experience, I'll be able to figure this out. So I'll just stuff it away for a while.
I'm going to invite Brian up here. It's a question.
Go ahead, Brian. Welcome.
You talk about defending doubts. Defending yourself from, doubting and don't give up.
Yeah.
I've read so much of the Bible, the really not so kind parts, the nasty parts, the graphic parts. I don't see how anybody. How did you deal with the really hard stuff? Say like the story about the Saul asking David for 100 Philistine foreskins and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
How things like that. And there's a lot of graphic stuff in there. How did you? At what point was it anything like that made you finally go, this is nonsense? Or how did you deal with those really difficult passages?
Okay, good question. So, as you can imagine, reading the Bible when I was 8 and 9 years old, I remember thinking, what does beget? And this is a King James version. So and so begat, so and so begat. What is begat? And so I encountered those stories, but I was so young. I want to read this, and I want to be able to say I read the whole Bible. So I don't know that I really was even old enough to, I don't know, it just didn't register with me. If it did, it didn't stay very long. But if you think about a magician, and this is an oversimplification, but what a magician does, how they trick us, is they say, don't look here, look there. And that's what preachers do. And I don't think I know in my own case later, it wasn't like, oh, how can I trick these people? No, I'm as much in the thing as they are. Your pastor, when you're growing up, that's where you're getting your focus of what the Bible is and what it says. And he's probably not preaching on those passages. And then when I became a preacher myself, who wants to hear a sermon on how God said to kill every living thing? That's not very inspirational. So you're looking for passages that, forgive, love your neighbor as yourself, trust God, don't worry about the future, just trust God. I know this may seem hard to believe. Well, I'll give you another example. When I was in college, the first class I had on the Bible was an Old Testament survey. And one day, my teacher said, now some people say the God of the Old Testament is different than the God of the New Testament. The God of the Old Testament is mean, and the God of the New Testament is loving, but it's the same God. God is the same. And I'm sitting there and I say,
if you don't mind, you bring up a good point there, because I've often looked at this God character, a lot like a bratty little kid playing his Xbox and gets frustrated with it when he can't get to the next level.
Yeah.
Adam and Eve. Well, the garden was supposed to work. Nope. Kills them off. Then the second part, be a good Hebrew and nobody gets hurt. Flood. Then he clones himself and kills himself and sacrifices himself for something that he didn't have to do. And then at the end of the book, what does he do? He goes right back. You got the Jesus in the middle, right? It's like an abusive spouse, okay? He beats you, and then he says, I'm not going to beat you anymore. Here's some flowers, i.e. Jesus. And then what does he do at the end of the book? He goes right back to beating the crap out of and burning everybody to death that didn't kiss his ass.
Yeah.
It's like that bratty little kid with the Xbox who gets frustrated that somebody else is beating him and picks it up and smashes it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dan Barker wrote a book. Let's see if I can get the title right. God, the worst character. The Old Testament God is the worst character in all of literature. And he just outlines all these things. There's not a week goes by now that I don't just in my head just say to myself, Tim, how did you ignore all that? How did you believe what you did? And I hope to explain some of that as we talk tonight, but
yeah, Tim, one of the books you have, would this address some of that? You have a book entitled Making Peace with Your Past. I don't know if you're just addressing other people in general, but do you also relate to it as yourself, like you're, now where you are now in your life versus where you were?
Well, that book was written in 1992 when I was a pastor in Houston. And I'll just say quickly a little bit about that book because it's a big part of my whole story. I pastored churches, and my first full-time church was in a suburb of New York City. And my second one was outside of Phoenix, Arizona. And then I came to Houston, to a suburb of Houston. And that's where I kind of hit my stride. And the church I was pastor of there quadrupled in size while I was there, reached 2,000 members. And so I had a cousin, and alcoholism is all through my dad's side of the family. And I had a cousin, when I lived in Arizona, he was at the Meadows, which is one of the top treatment centers in the country. And I went to see him. We've been close as kids. I hadn't seen him in years. And we reconnected. And so over the next few years, he would talk to me about AA and 12 steps. And he told me that the Meadows had a program for ministers where you could go there free for a week because they wanted ministers to learn what they did and then refer people to their treatment facility. So I went, and oh my gosh, I was put in a group of patients. We did about, I think, 5 hours of group work a day. And in the first group meeting, first person, I'm an alcoholic, and they delineate how far into that they were. Then, I'm a heroin addict, I'm a sex addict. And I'm like, what am I doing here? I wanted to run, but I didn't. But as the week progressed, my attitude shifted, and I was saying, I'm a lot like these people in terms of how my emotions work. And I had a life-changing experience there. I went back to my church and I preached a series of sermons, 12 sermons on adult children of dysfunctional families. I got real honest. I talked about I'd been having panic attacks in the months prior to that. I'd never made myself so vulnerable. And after the first sermon, I said, we're going to do some support groups to help with these issues. They'll meet each week during the 12 or 13 weeks of the sermons. If you'd like to come, show up on, I don't know, Tuesday night, whenever it was. I was hoping to have 6 people at least. We had 60 people. We did 6 groups. I had staff and a counselor who helped with some of them. I did 3. And it just took off. And we did that for several years. And I developed a workbook that people used during the groups. And that became the book, Making Peace with Your Past. The Southern Baptist Convention picked it up. I was speaking all over the country, talking about support groups. And later, I translated in South Korea. I went and spoke in South Korea for 10 days, and then to Peru. And an interesting thing that was happening. Now, the group, but really the core of it, you read the scripture and you pray, but that's not what makes it work. What makes it work is you set the stage in a small group of 6 to 8 people, and you model for them being open, authentic, vulnerable, and safe. And you teach them how to give feedback to each other. And then you just, after about the second or third week, you just sort of turn them loose. It was so powerful what I saw happen in those groups. And after...
And I know you were doing this when you were in religion, but I'm sure now some of those methods still apply, but yet now you can apply those techniques, without the religious aspect to it. So you can, in essence, help more people.
Yeah. And if I could just say one more thing, and then just one last thought. It's really important. So what started happening is I was leading these groups, and as I was traveling, and I'd lead groups in other cities while I was doing like training. This thought crept into my head. This works better than praying to Jesus. And I'd say this is true of most ministers I knew. You want to help people. That's why you're doing it, believe it or not. For most people I knew, that's why I was doing it. I wanted to make the world a better place. And it's like suddenly I almost accidentally found this thing, because what I was seeing over the years was all these exceptions to the rule. In my first church, a guy, dramatic conversion, he's near New York City. He sort of comes out of nowhere. He's in a crisis. He gives his life to Jesus, and a month or two later, he robs a bank. And I had so many experiences like that. Wait, this isn't the way it's supposed to work. So this whole thing of the making peace with your past, the realization that the core of it is not the prayer, not the verses that are in the book. It's people helping people. And that, I would say, had I not ever gone to the meta, it's hard to say, but I think more than anything else, that very slowly led to an erosion of it made me able to say what I was really saying.
No, I love that.
You made a great point about people helping people. I drank for 40 years, damn near killed me. I stopped drinking. It's almost been 2 years now that I've been sober. Did it without a Bible, did it without Jesus. Yeah. But it did require help. I was in the hospital for, almost a month. And they wanted to send me home immediately. And my house was in no condition for me to come back. And I stubbornly stayed there because I knew if I went home, I was going to start drinking again. And so my friends, while I was in the hospital, they fixed my house up and made it clean again. And the other thing is, and I'm telling you, there's really only one way to do it, but you need a lot of help. You need to put yourself in a literal prison. Luckily for me, I'm retired and I don't drive. And when I got out of the hospital, any place that I had to go, I had to take a taxi because I could not walk to the store or anything. And that's really but it still takes help. And I'm not going to ever say that I won't falter, but I think it can stick better when you're not attaching it to false hope and you're actually attaching it to, my reality was my alcohol or my liver. That's what it came down to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, Brian, I think you've illustrated something that I believe, and that is that you did it with the help of your friends. And you can I don't want to put words in your mouth that you don't agree with, but what I'm hearing is you did it. You took responsibility. You stopped drinking. I don't think it's as much as responsibility as fear. Okay, fear of dying, and fear of hell. Right. I just mean fear of pain, and fear that I won't have any friends. Those were the two biggest things. Well, I appreciate that. And what I'm saying though is, you're not saying God did it. You're not saying that it was a miracle. And so I think that a lot of things work, but not for the reasons they say they work. And I think that, and I have mixed feelings about AA because I've known some people who were really helped by it. And I don't want to, and frankly, if someone comes to me and they're struggling with alcohol or drug addiction, that may be where I send them for lack of a better place. But the idea that you are never healed, you always need the organization. I think your testimonial is important because it's one example of somebody taking responsibility, and whether you were motivated by fear or fear of health issues or fear of loss of friends, you took responsibility for your life. And to me, that's a humanistic value, and it's a realistic and true value. And I in our groups we said, I support you. And so, Brian, I say I support you.
Yeah, thank you, Brian, for sharing that. I wanted to cover a couple more of your books as well. One of my favorite books that I read from you was How to Live a Meaningful Life. Truly my favorite. And I think the reason, and for those of you that haven't read any of Tim's books, I highly suggest picking up one. You can read them at leisure. They're highly digestible, and they have such a secular message. It can help those who are actually still have faith, but it can actually still reach out to the secular community because they're very non-judgmental books, which is an approach that I really appreciate because it's a refreshing take away from hearing, that always an angry atheist point of view. So I really do appreciate these books. Tim, would you mind telling us a little bit about that one?
Now, so I stopped being a Christian, and I didn't write in my calendar. It was either 2007 or 2008. I know the event. I had lunch with a friend from high school who was an atheist, and I apologized to him for trying to witness to him all those years. So after that, and so what was the one thing? Well, it was finally having to admit that knowing Jesus does not supernaturally change people. And I just witnessed that for far too long in too many places. And so a lot of great people in church, a lot of good things, great things happen, community support there for you when you're sick or when someone dies. But I just had to admit that these are people. Some are great, some are actually awful. Being a pastor can be very stressful because some of the very difficult people you're dealing with, and a lot of them are just in the middle of the road. They're good people. They're human. We're all human. So that was what caused the break. And I did it sort of backwards, because at that point, right at that point, if you'd have said, well, who do you think Jesus was then? I would have said, well, I don't think he was God, but beyond that, you'll have to get back to me. So it took me a while to think about that. But the thing I did think about real quickly was, okay, what are my values? And so I thought about what in the book, How to Live a Meaningful Life. The subtitle is Focusing on Things That Matter. So I thought about what matters to me. And in the book, I summarize at the end under a heading of mantra, seeking truth matters. Look deeper, be willing to change your mind, and follow the truth wherever it leads. Self-awareness matters. Never stop learning who you are, even when doing so is challenging or painful. Values matter. Build personal character on core values that work for everyone. I talk about strength. I say visualize your inner core of strength and practice strength training to build integrity, self-reliance, determination, and resilience. Kindness. Keep building your kindness quotient as you practice respect, empathy, patience, and forgiveness, while remembering that kindness works best in partnership with confident inner strength. And I would. So this Zaylin, this is a good point I think that I'd like to just say a little bit about what is my strategy in interacting as an atheist with the world, an ex-Christian, ex-minister atheist. I said there were a lot of great things about my dad. He was a salesman, and many times at night at the dinner table, he would tell sales stories. And he sold cars and real estate. He was always changing, but he could sell anything. There was a joke that one of his friends said if they saw my dad coming to the door, they wouldn't answer it because they knew that whatever he was selling, they would buy it, and they might be sorry they did. So he'd tell these sales stories, and I learned about the art of selling at the dinner table. And one of the things that I learned, and this is not about high pressure manipulative stuff, you don't sell somebody on a product or an idea if you walk up to them and you say, you know what, you're an idiot. And that stuff you believe, that's insanity. Psychologically, all that does is it makes the person double down on their resistance.
And we see that a lot, for example, in social media, where we'll see folks going at each other, whether they're religious or non-religious, and they just get into a big spout on Twitter. And what happens is each person just buckles down even harder in their own direction and solves nothing.
Yeah, and so for me, I don't know, I certainly don't think I have the ability to convince a Christian who is all in, things are going well, they feel good about where they are. Then, my comment to those people often is, well, good for you. I'm glad that's working for you. I wish you the best. And I frequently add, I really mean this, I would help you defend your right to believe as you do, because I think it's important that everybody be free to decide. What I'm really focused on, who I'm really focused on, is people who are already struggling and they're kind of in the early stages of questioning, or they're farther along, or maybe they've just left. And one of the roles I see is helping people know that they're not alone, they're not crazy. And I think that it's important, excuse me, that we acknowledge that the thing that's wrong with churches, in my view, is that what they believe is not true. And there are a lot of problems with a lot of churches, but there are a lot of good ministers and a lot of good people in churches. I think it's important for us in the secular, non-believing community to acknowledge the sociological contribution that churches make. They provide community, they provide help when there's a crisis in your family, sometimes better than others, and they do it better if you're real active or a leader than they do if you're kind of on the fringes. So I just think it's important that we are aware, and if we don't understand that about a committed Christian, I don't know how we'll ever help them, because they just think we're stupid if we start saying, well, your religion is insane. I mean,
Right. But it's also important to remember or to keep in mind that, many of us that are atheists, it's not really that once we have gone through like a deconversion, it's not our job or our mission to convert anyone else or deconvert anyone else, because atheism isn't a religion. It's not a club or what have you. So, it's really just more of, well, this is what I declare to be.
Yeah, I agree. For me, because I spent all those years at the end of the church I pastored was one of the top 100 churches in the United States in Southern Baptist life in baptisms. I convinced a lot of people not only to become Christians, but to be more committed. And so now I'm kind of like somebody who drove a little bit farther down the road and there's a bridge out, and I came back to several miles back, and I parked my car in the road and turned on my blinkers, and I'm saying, stop, the bridge is out. Don't, please just listen. That may be too dramatic, but I just feel like, because I know for me in my early years of belief, when I would face those difficult questions, I'd say, well, I just need to get more training, more education, more experience. But after decades of ministry and a doctoral level theological education, so those issues were still there. And so I just want to be one person who's available for people if they are open enough to ask questions, to be able to maybe save them a lot of wasted years of pursuing something that it's kind of like, the Wizard of Oz. You're going to see the wizard and you get there.
Yeah.
And there's a guy
Absolutely.
behind the curtain.
Yes, and I really do recommend these books for everyone just to, pick up and take a look at. They're just really wonderful. I know that How to Live a Meaningful Life, it just really hit me. I related to it very well. So, I just really love that one a lot. One of the other ones that I wanted to touch briefly on before we go was the Four Disturbing Questions book that you had written, and if you wouldn't mind chatting a little bit about that one.
So in Four Disturbing Questions, my thing is I like to try to make complicated things simple. And I watch on YouTube, I'm really a big fan of Pelagia and Myth Vision. The guy's his name is Derek, and Bart Ehrman. When you listen to these scholars debating, it's extremely complicated. Even, with all the training I have, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so. And so one of the things I want to do is, how can we simplify the basic questions? And so the first question in the book, the first of the four simple questions with the four difficult questions with one simple answer, is what I call the power failure question. It's based on a very simple but true principle. Look at any religion you want, and they all have different levels of commitment. Sold out, gung-ho, totally committed, all the way over on the spectrum to in name only. And this question is, I'm focusing on Christianity, why does faith in the resurrected, empowering Jesus generate such inconsistent results? I have a tweet up today that goes something like this. It says, on the showroom floor of the Christian faith, your evangelist will tell you that Jesus will change your life. But later, when you go to the faith service department for repairs, you will always be blamed for any malfunction. And I went through that in my life. It's like, well, okay, have you fasted for 7 days? Okay, try that. but are you really filled with the Spirit? I mean, it's always a carrot on the stick. So the question is, if Jesus is who the Bible claims, he's still alive and he empowers you, why this range of how faith affects people, how much it changes or doesn't change them? Why, if you were traumatized as a child in a home with someone who had serious issues of some kind, why doesn't faith deal with that? And that's one of the things I saw in the groups. I saw people who've been going to church for 40 years and they've never talked about stuff and they were hurting. Some of them were ministers. And then one of my favorites is what I call the germ warfare question. It's simply, why didn't Jesus say anything about germs? He's called the great physician, and much ado is made about, well, he gave a blind man his sight. He healed a paralytic, and on and on and on. Well, yeah, there was a handful of people in one place a long time ago. But if he really was God, why didn't he just say, and he actually said, washing your hands doesn't matter. He said, that's like a ritual thing. Don't worry about the ritual. Wow. Well, I mean, why didn't you just say, hey, you know what? If you would wash your hands before you eat, not for religious, ritual, but to be clean. And your water, be careful what water you drink. I mean, simple answer, the one simple answer to all four questions, and I won't go into all the four questions, is that nobody's there. It's not real. Christianity and all other religions are the creations of human minds, and there is no all-powerful, all-knowing, personal, loving God.
For someone that has been indoctrinated for so long into religion, that's a really heavy answer to hear, or even realization to have.
Yeah. And I think for a lot of people, if you get down to what's the hardest last thing to let go of, maybe the admission. And the way I say it about myself, some people say, well, you're just so arrogant. You're an atheist. You don't have a higher power. You think you're God, blah, blah, blah. And I say, no, when I was arrogant is when I said that the God of the universe had tapped me on the shoulder to be one of his spokespeople. And now I'm my brain and my body. And when I die, that's the end of me. I'm a speck in the universe. Now, that doesn't lead to nihilism or I'm not a cynic. I'm not a pessimist. And in How to Live a Meaningful Life, I'm sharing this is what matters to me. And I'm very careful to say, you've got to decide what matters to you, but this is what matters to me. Life is what you make of it. But I think for a lot of people, letting go of that idea, well, this life is, when I die, it's going to be even better. That's a hard one to let go of.
Well, I really do appreciate you coming on here and chatting with us. Just to start wrapping things up, did you have anything else that you'd like to add before we close for tonight?
Well, again, thanks for having me. I like this informal atmosphere. I may have rambled too much, and I apologize for that.
Not at all. And it was really nice to hear more about your background. And we so often see people on Twitter and we really don't know who's behind the accounts. And so it's actually really refreshing to hear the voice and the story behind everything. So really appreciate you coming out here and chatting with us. Hopefully this recorded. That's my one hope.
Yeah.
If it didn't record, we will have you back.
All right. Thank you. Well, thank you for having me. And I'm glad to be able to share with you tonight.
Yeah, of course. Enjoy your evening, everyone. And hopefully you all will have a wonderful Friday. Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night. Thank you.
Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what today is?
Well, it's either, whenever we release, it's either going to be late on a Saturday or early on a Sunday. Either way, we're late.
We're late.
For
Q&A Saturday.
Maybe.
That's happening late or early on Sunday.
Yeah, one of those two.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
I suppose it depends on what part of the world you're in, too. Some places it's probably already Sunday.
Oh, shit. Sorry,
Some
Sunday.
places there's still a little bit more time.
Mm-hmm,
Either way, it's late.
It's late.
And that happened.
That did happen.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
Sorry. But we have our kid graduating from high school today. Well,
tomorrow, today.
When this comes
Sunday.
out, Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. So we had a lot of shit come up.
Yeah.
And so we apologize, not so much apologize, kind of apologize, but we apologize maybe, kind of, sort of.
I mean, we acknowledge that we failed.
We failed. We did fail-ish.
We failed to plan accordingly.
we did fail at.
We had too many things, and
we thought we could do it all, but we can't. We're not superhuman.
Oh, I forgot.
Fuck. I hate it when I forget that I'm not superhuman.
I'm always doing shit like that.
Yeah. While we're rambling on about just bullshit, I did want to mention that. So we got off to a really great start with our fundraiser for the live equipment that we need for the live event we have coming up. But then we kind of went dry on that. Like we got 5% of the total amount that first day, and then nothing.
Hey guys,
so if you haven't donated yet, definitely, like I said, any amount helps. Every little bit helps. Just text SACDIS, that's SACDIS, to 53555, and help us get what we need for our live event.
Please,
it would be great, and we would really appreciate it.
We'd be ever so grateful.
Yeah. Anyway, so today I think we're doing something a little special.
We are. We didn't have a specific Q&A because we're in the middle of Psalms and they are what they are.
Right.
And so,
but we came across a subject that really piqued your interest.
Well,
sort of roundabout way.
I had been saying I was interested in learning a little bit more about Lilith.
Yeah.
And what the fuck that was, and who she is, and what she be.
Right, and I don't think it was even in the psalm.
It
just was something that got touched on in a
note.
In a note about the psalm.
And I was like, boom, there it is. Okay,
yeah,
so
we're
learning.
Q&A.
We're learning about Lilith today.
It's Lilith.
It's an intro to Lilith.
Intro to Lilith?
Yeah, she's like too big to
I
cover.
feel like if you say Lilith too many times, you might stop fucking it. You might start fucking it up.
Kind of like if you look in the mirror and you say Bloody Mary too many times.
Well, that's a whatever.
Urban myth.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I recommend we all do that tonight.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. The Mothman's coming to get ya.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to be doing a Q&A on Lilith. You ready to get into this?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. Okay, so let us do this intro to Lilith.
Intro to Lilith.
Lilith 101 kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there could easily be another Lilith at some point.
Yeah. Lilith 102.
Or 201.
201, yeah, right.
However that works.
Sure.
101, 201, 301. Isn't that how that works?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. They don't do 101, 102, and 103.
Lilith, the second coming.
More Lilith. Yeah. So Lilith is not really in the Bible, except for in one place, maybe, that I will mention in a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
But first of all, she is a female demonic figure of Mesopotamian mythology and eventually became a part of Jewish folklore.
Okay.
And her name and personality are thought to be derived from the class of Mesopotamian wind and storm demons.
Okay.
Called Lilu. Lilu.
Got it.
Lilo and Stitch. Just kidding. And the feminine of the Lilu would be Lilitu. Okay. And that was around circa 3000 BCE in Sumer.
Wow.
Sumerian.
Yeah.
And the name Lilith is usually translated as night monster.
Huh.
The Lilitu, these storm demons,
were
said to prey upon children and women and were described as associated with lions, storms, the desert, illness, disease, and death.
Wow. They don't have a good reputation there.
No, they are not. And that's why we'll get into that a little bit more.
No wonder Adam was like, fuck this shit.
No.
No.
Absolutely not. No, he would have been so lucky.
Oh, okay. All right.
So early portrayals of the Lilitu are known as having bird talons for feet and wings, which makes me think of harpies.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which that's, a Greek origin.
Right.
So you can see how these stories all just kind of blend into each other.
Right.
Yeah. She is also later associated with sexual temptation.
Right.
I mean,
obviously.
Right. Everything has to do with a man's wiener. We all know that.
Duh.
Yeah.
And that's where the whole world revolves around, isn't it? I figured.
Babylonian texts depict Lilith as the prostitute of the goddess Ishtar.
Oh.
So she makes early appearances in the Gilgamesh stories.
Okay.
But not necessarily in the name Lilith.
That's interesting because Gilgamesh isn't that like where
the
original
Jesus
like
stories
and like the original flood story and all that kind of stuff comes from. Yeah.
A lot of the early stories come from or spun off of Gilgamesh.
Got it.
Yes,
Got it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Similarly, older Sumerian accounts state that Lilith is called a handmaiden of Inanna. And I would have to do a lot more research that direction because I'm not even familiar with the name Inanna.
I am not either.
But she's another
So
Sumerian.
that's for Lilith 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Just that's a name. Tuck that away in your little brain hole and we will maybe speak on her another day.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Lilith's name is not included in the creation story of the Torah aside from the debatable translation of one stray reference comparing her to a screech owl. But as I said, that translation is extremely questionable.
Got it. Okay.
She does appear in several Midrash texts, though. Remember, the Midrash is writings about the Torah.
Right.
Okay? So she's not in the Torah, but she is in a lot of these early tales. And the folklore got carried onto them writing about the Torah and these other tales.
Yeah, it's always interesting to me when I find out about these like things that are Bible adjacent.
Yes.
You know, like it's weird how it's such a part of the overall culture of that religious thinking, but like not actually in it.
Right. So like we all know about Lilith, but she's not really in the Bible.
Right.
So
not a lot of people know why they know a lot about or why they know of Lilith.
Right.
Right.
Other than, as you pointed out, off recording Lilith Fair.
Sure.
Because she has come to be known as a very feminist icon, which I'll get into in a little bit.
Okay.
So let's talk about Lilith's origins as she is most renowned today.
Okay.
One story of Lilith's origin began with the biblical reference to man's first creation as a bisexual being. Male and female, he, God, created them the first human.
Interesting.
So yeah, we had a pastor who had studied this a lot.
Yeah.
That he kind of subscribed to this early theory of man and woman being one combined being.
Yeah, no, I remember him talking about that. He was talking about basically had two faces and whatnot. So, yeah.
Some early rabbis thought this image was somewhat similar to what Aristophanes proposed, a dual-bodied being later divided into two who must thereafter seek each other out. And that's where the idea of the soulmate comes from, because you have found your quote-unquote other half.
Got it.
And that is a great, beautiful story for heterosexual relationships.
Sure.
But others tried to take into account the later creation of Eve detailed further on in the text. If woman was created from Adam after his initial creation, what happened to the female created at first?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
The answer, according to the Midrash, was that she was Lilith. Okay? She was created with Adam, and she refused to comply with Adam's demand that she submit herself to him, and we'll talk about what that means in a bit.
Okay.
And in the end, she fled from him by using the ineffable name.
Oh.
God's secret private magic name.
It's like an escape hatch for the world? Okay.
Yeah, she pulled that plug and was like, bye.
Damn.
Yeah.
How did she have this knowledge, but Adam didn't?
They both did. They had it because they had it.
Did God take this knowledge away from Adam, or
he just
never used it?
He didn't need to have it. Okay. He had everything except for Lilith.
Got it.
But he did then complain to God about his loneliness, and so that's why the creation of Eve followed, together with the fall and the expulsion from Eden. Now, Adam blaming their situation on Eve, he's like, God damn it, bitch. First one left me, and you couldn't even stop eating apples all day.
That's bullshit. He was right there. According to the text, the Bible that we were reading.
He was standing right there.
He was right there.
And anyway, we argued about this early on because we were like, hang on a sec. Eve was not specifically there when God was delivering you can eat everything except the fruit of those trees. And how much do we trust a man to deliver that message either at all or at the very least correctly if he did mention it to her?
They never followed up to say that God covered it with Eve too. So,
And I'm sorry, but man who I have been married to more than once cannot find the fucking butter in the fridge. So, if it ain't on the top shelf, he's like, do we have any? Honey, we're out of. Honey, did you buy more? Boo, 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 boo. Because, man doesn't know how to move shit around and look behind or on the bottom.
Guilty.
So, yeah, you are.
I know. I just said I was.
You have done it more than once.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah. And so I do not trust man to deliver this message accurately, if at all. So anyway, he's blaming their situation on Eve. And so he separated from her and for a time reunited with Lilith before finally returning to Eve. Yeah. Yeah.
He cheated on Eve with Lilith?
Well, they weren't like quote unquote married per se.
But come on now.
In this story, right? He is like, bitch left me because she wouldn't submit to me. And so now I'm lonely. So give me another woman. God gave him Eve. And so, they are together, but then Eve fucks up. And so they get kicked out. And he's like, God damn it. Lilith, can you believe this bitch over here? And she's like, I know, honey. And so they got back together.
What an asshole.
So Lilith bore Adam a number of children in that interval who became the demons.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, after Adam's reconciliation with Eve, Lilith assumed the queenship of those demons. And in some versions, she is either the consort of Samael, or in others, she remains unpartnered and Samael is one of her children.
Okay.
So, who knows?
Yeah.
As queen of the demons, she kills babies in their cribs. And that's the explanation early on for SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome.
Got it.
Like, they attributed that to Lilith.
Got it.
But only in the first days of their life.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll talk a little bit more about that as well.
Sure.
Her greatest opportunity... Oh, no, I'm going to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
Her greatest opportunity is with infant boys before their circumcision on the 8th day after they're born.
Okay.
So they get born and then, they go 8 days and then they get circumcised.
Yeah.
And she's like, I got 8 days to try to get this baby. I'm going to kill it.
What happens if it dies on the 9th day?
Then that's not her fault.
Okay.
So in addition to that, she still produces children according to a much later Kabbalistic elaboration. Remember, we learned about Kabbalah a little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Yeah.
So there are some stories that say that she's still producing children. Demons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And these demons are the children of men, as her original offspring were the children of Adam. Lilith being impregnated by the semen produced by masturbation and nocturnal emissions.
Oh, damn. She must have a lot of kids.
She's a humper.
Fuck.
Yeah, we'll get into how many kids she has, like, all the time.
Yeah.
Okay?
This is why the Bible doesn't want you to masturbate, huh?
Yes.
You're just creating little demons all over the place.
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one story, okay?
Sure.
And then there's another story, and it's very similar, okay? Another story of Lilith's origin says that God created man and woman in his own image on the 6th day, giving them charge over the world, but Eve was not yet there, remember?
Yeah.
This was just Adam at first, right?
Yeah.
God had set Adam to name every bird, beast, and other living thing.
This would have taken for fucking ever.
Well, not back then. There wasn't a lot alive.
But I mean, so what? He didn't make everything at first?
No, they weren't all there yet.
God still did work after the 7 days?
Evolution wasn't there yet. Remember, incest.
So
Incest was okay because germs didn't exist yet.
That's what somebody said on Twitter.
On Twitter, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. So I'm just taking that and I'm running with it. And sex with everything was fine, to the point that, listen to this.
I'm listening.
When those animals passed before him in pairs, male and female, Adam, being already like a 20-year-old man, felt jealous of their love. And though he tried coupling with each female creature...
Damn bestiality.
He found no satisfaction in the act.
Well,
I can't get no satisfaction in fucking
goat,
an owl or a goat or a horse or a cow or a pig.
Yeah.
He therefore cried, every creature has a proper mate, yet man alone. And he prayed God would remedy this injustice.
Yeah.
So God then formed Lilith, the first woman, just as he had formed Adam, except that instead of just pure dust, he also used a bit of filth and sediment because, of course,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because women are disgusting and
Sure.
they're made of trash.
Yeah.
Right? So in the first one, they were created at the same time as a creature that was like torn in two. And in the second, he was created first and she was created second, but they were still made of the same thing, kind of, sort of.
I feel like there's like a million different versions of the creation story.
There are.
So
There are. And I'm only getting into a couple of them here.
Sure.
Okay. So from Adam's union with the demoness Lilith and with another like her named Naamah, sprang Asmodeus and innumerable demons that still plague mankind.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Many generations later, Lilith and Naamah come to Solomon's judgment seat disguised as harlots of Jerusalem. Yeah, so they were there.
Okay, yeah.
Now, Adam and Lilith never found peace together, for when he wished to lie with her, she took offense at the recumbent position he demanded. He's like, bitch, get down. And she was like, so no.
Right.
Maybe
I've heard this kind of before.
Yeah, like a few times, but not like every time. She's like, we're equals. Why do I have to? And he's like, but you were made of trash too. And she's like, but I'm not though.
Right.
So she's like, why must I lie beneath you? I also was made from dust and am therefore your equal.
Yeah.
And anyway, I don't really understand, like, what man doesn't want to be mounted occasionally? But okay, whatever. I don't claim to know what men want, whatever. So anyway, because Adam tried to compel her obedience by force, which I think is another way of saying he fucking tried to rape her or did rape her, right? Let's say it what it is.
Sure.
When you take someone by force.
Yeah, that's called rape.
That's called rape.
Right.
Yeah. Lilith, in a rage, a rightful rage, I, as a human being, would add, a rightful rage, uttered the ineffable name of God, rose into the air, and left him. She's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Damn.
I don't truck with rape.
Right.
And Adam then complained to God, I've been deserted by my helpmeet. Why?
And of course, God or Adam probably didn't get chastised for, raping Lilith.
He doesn't come off looking so pretty, but he also doesn't get chastised.
Right.
Right. So God at once sent 3 angels named Senoi, Sansenoi, and Samengaloth to fetch Lilith back.
Oh,
okay.
Damn.
Yeah. And the angels found the demoness beside the Red Sea,
which
was a region naturally abounding in lascivious demons. Because, of course, that's what happens at the Red Sea.
Sure.
Right? And to these lascivious demons, she bore Lilim, or demons, at the rate of more than 100 per day.
What the fuck? It's like a fucking pussy machine gun.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Yeah. Like, suddenly I'm like, oh, this bitch ain't human. Okay, never mind. And so these angels were like, bitch, you need to return to Adam without delay or we will fucking drown you. She asked, how can I return to Adam and live like an honest housewife after my stay beside the Red Sea? She's like, I'm getting everything I need right here. Thank you.
Right.
No thanks.
Yeah.
She's like, I get to fuck on top, on the bottom, upside down, left and right, and I get to have all these fucking babies.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't need Adam.
Right.
So they're like, it's going to be your death to refuse.
Okay.
She says, how can I die when God has ordered me to take charge of all newborn children?
Okay.
Boys up to the 8th day of life, which is that of circumcision, and girls up to the 20th day. Okay. So I've got 8 days to kill a boy or 20 days to kill a girl.
Got it.
Nonetheless, because you're up here in my face, if I ever see your 3 names or similar likenesses displayed on an amulet above a newborn child, I promise to spare it. And so after promising to spare them if she sees those names, for years after this whole story came into prominence.
Yeah.
Even sometimes today, you will still see the names of those angels on amulets that are hanging above babies' cribs or given to children to protect them.
Interesting. Okay.
So they agreed to this, but God punished Lilith by making 100 of her demon children perish daily. And if she could not destroy a human infant because of the angelic amulet, she would spitefully turn against her own.
Oh.
So she is not just associated with lust and, going after men and stealing their sperm. She's also associated with taking children, killing children,
right,
having children like by the handfuls.
Yeah.
And then some.
Right.
Yeah. So the children of Lilith are sometimes, we're moving on to a different story now.
Okay. Yeah.
So the children of Lilith are sometimes identified as incubi and succubi. I think we all know what those are, but just in case you aren't aware,
sure.
An incubus is a demon in male form that seeks to have sexual intercourse with sleeping women, and the corresponding spirit in female form is called a succubus.
Got it.
Okay, and she has been referred to as a succubus in various other stories because she, tries to fuck sleeping men.
Right.
And of course, these succubus and incubus, they only fuck the opposite sex. Homosexuality is not even a thing in this world of
demons
magic and demons.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine if they got their hands on that, how bad they could make it. But they didn't even imagine such a thing. Right.
Right.
So in medieval Europe, union with an incubus was thought by some to result in the birth of witches, demons, and deformed human offspring. And the legendary magician Merlin, from the Arthur stories, Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, Excalibur, all of that, right?
Right.
Merlin was said to have been fathered by an incubus.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
Which, off topic, the movie Excalibur is one of the best Arthur movies ever. And you should totally see it if you haven't. And I don't think you have. And I keep trying to make you watch it.
No, because the best one is Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail.
The best comedy one, yes. I totally agree with you. But the movie Excalibur is just so great. It gets into the whole mythology of the sword. And I mean, he throws it to the Lady of the Lake at the end. And the music at that scene is just so fantastic. And you see the dead Arthur Pendragon carried away in a burning pyre, and you see the druids of Avalon basically they'll come again another day, kind of like Jesus, they're waiting for him to return. And it's just such a good movie.
Sure.
Such a good movie.
Just in case anyone's wondering, though, we could use some shrubbery here at our new house.
What?
Shrubbery. Just a nice shrubbery,
Why do we need a nice shrubbery?
Oh, my God.
Okay, wait. Is this a Monty Python reference? And
yes,
I'm so caught up in Excalibur that I'm like, what?
Yes.
Okay.
The knights who say neat.
The knights who say knee. You're right. The knights who say knee.
Right.
Yeah, those knights.
Right.
Yes. Okay. But, you should definitely see Monty Python, but you should also see Excalibur. It's so good.
Okay.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The word incubus is derived from the Latin incubus for nightmare and incubare, to lie upon, weigh upon, or brood.
Got it.
And I don't think that they mean brood like the way Batman is a broody motherfucker. I think they mean brood as in having a million babies.
Sure.
Like a rabbit's brood.
Got
You know
it.
what I mean?
Got it.
So in modern psychological usage, the term has been applied to the type of nightmare that gives one the feeling of a heavy weight or oppression on the chest and stomach, which now we know that that's more likely associated with sleep apnea.
Or sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis, which again is probably
right.
associated with sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Not being able to get enough oxygen while you're sleeping.
Sure.
And so a lot of people will imagine a witch or hag-like figure at the foot of their bed or sitting on their chest.
Right.
And so because this is so common throughout history, this breathing condition during sleep, they didn't realize that, no, that thing that you're imagining and hallucinating is not lack of oxygen. Obviously, it's a witch. Obviously, she's trying to steal your semen if you're a man, and who knows what she's doing to you if you're a woman.
Right.
And she is clearly a succubus.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just what it is.
Right.
Okay. So early rabbinic sources were content to see Lilith as the archetype of the bad woman.
Sure.
I mean
that's...
we're always looking for that scapegoat who's not a goat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
somebody's got to bear the brunt of evil. It can't be a man. It can't always be a goat. It's got to be a woman.
Right.
Right? There was a cult associated with Lilith that survived as late as the 7th century.
Oh.
And yeah, I just thought that was amazing. Honestly, I would have thought that it lasted even longer because humans are so fucking stupid and gullible and stupid.
Yeah.
But no, up through the 7th century, they follow, kind of like how there are like satanic tribes and they like,
sure,
go Satan or whatever, hail Satan.
Right.
They were like, hail Lilith.
Got it.
Okay. Due to Lilith's supposed independence from Adam, she's been called the world's first feminist.
Yeah. Hence Lilith Fair.
Yeah. And that's where Lilith Fair comes from, which is a gathering of contemporary women singers. And so great. Such a great gathering of artists.
Yeah.
I know I've got a couple playlists that are from Lilith Fair live events that are just brilliant.
Moreover, great branding for that type of an event.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So modern feminists, especially Jewish feminists, have tried to show her as the ideal woman instead of as, the trash woman or the bad woman, right?
Yeah.
And they draw particularly on her spurning of Adam's attempted dominance. Again, let's call it what it is, rape.
Yeah.
And she was like, absolutely not. Bitch, bye.
Well, and to be fair, God made them both.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Who's to say who was right?
Exactly.
Lilith just ran away.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So another thing that's cool is that I was trying to find if it's still in existence today. I don't think it's run anymore, but there was a Jewish magazine for women by women about women called Lilith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I would love to see that come back and make a resurgence, but good luck.
Right.
Because men are trash. If it sounds like I come across as a man hater, I kind of am, but I don't apologize for it. And if it's not for you, I get it. But also, okay, the biggest sign of being a boomer is that if I say, ugh, boomers, and you're like, not all people are boomers. I hate it when you call me a boomer because blah, blah. And there are people that are like, ugh, I hate it when you call me a Karen because blah, blah. And I'm like, you don't have to be, quote unquote, a boomer if you happen to fall into that age range.
Right.
And you don't have to be a Karen if your name is Karen. And you don't have to be a piece of shit man if I talk about men are trash.
Right.
We understand not all boomers, not all Karens, and not all men.
Right.
That is obvious. So, yes, I'm a man hater because men are trash. Sure. I'm not asking prove me wrong. That's not what my tirade is about. And that's not a challenge. That is where I stand. But, yes, I know many lovely men, my husband among them.
Yay.
So, there you have it.
Mm-hmm.
That is Lilith 101.
That is Lilith 101.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So much more I could have gone with. I mean, vampires. Vampires. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Lilith. First vampire.
Okay.
Go.
I'm not even sure that I'm going to call this episode, Q&A. I'm just going to
it
call
wasn't.
it. It's Lilith.
Lilith 101.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Lilith.
Yeah. I mean, I put you on a cliffhanger so that maybe we can do another
of course.
Lilith eventually. 201.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Mm-hmm. And we've got our kids' graduation Sunday today for most of you probably. Mm-hmm. So we'll be back on Monday with I caught wife off guard here. But whatever the newest Psalms are, which
I want to say is Psalms 31, 32, 33.
No, I don't think we're that far yet.
Aren't we?
No,
Let me see. Hold on. I'm almost positive.
I'm almost positive we're not that far.
No, we are.
We are?
Yeah. We did 28, 29, 30 last time.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah. We're at 31, 32, 33.
Okay.
Who wants to say sorry, trash man?
Anybody?
You.
Anybody?
You.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what we're doing?
We're doing a long overdue Patreon special.
We sure as fuck are.
Yeah. And I think we're going to delve into something that a lot of people might be interested in because we did talk about some of this on a previous episode. Because we didn't have a Q&A really, so we had to go into some other shit.
Yeah, and we wanted to rabbit hole this.
Yeah.
And so guess what? I'm rabbit holing today.
What are we rabbit holing?
The 7 laws of Noah.
Oh, exciting. Yeah,
yes.
I am very curious about this.
I am so excited and interested, and there's some controversy. Oh, it's good stuff.
It's good stuff?
You're going to want to hear it.
Okay, well, if you are not a Patreon member, this is it. This is all you get.
Ooh, it sucks to be you guys. Honestly, you should really sign up because this is a good one.
Yeah, just $2 a month gets you access to these episodes, early access to episodes, and ad-free. So if you hop over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse, you can sign up right now for as low as $2 a month and get the rest of this episode.
And I highly recommend it because this is a good one.
I also highly recommend it. All right, let's go get into the 7 laws of Noah.
Noah.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so we are going to talk about the 7 laws of Noah.
Okay.
But I got to ask you a question first.
Sure.
Do you know what Mosaic law is?
I do not, but I'm assuming it's something to do with Moses.
Right? I had to look it up because I was like, I know what mosaics are.
Right.
Like when you make art out of like stones that are gathered together.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah. And so I kept reading it going, what the fuck is mosaic? Like it didn't dawn on me. But Noah, the 7 laws of Noah are also referred to as the Noahide laws or the Noachian laws.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You will hear me refer to the Noahide laws further on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
But all of that is the same, the 7 laws of Noah.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're a set of.
Wait. What did this have to do with the Mosaic laws?
We're going to talk about those as well.
Okay. All right.
Do you know what the Mosaic laws are?
The Moses shit.
The Moses shit, yeah.
I mean, that's what I just said.
The 10 Commandments.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk about those in a minute, too.
Well, you just kind of left it hanging out there. I was like, what? You brought it up, and then you just kind of ditched it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, because we have Mosaic versus Noahide.
Okay.
And
so the 10 Commandments versus Noah's laws.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of versus.
Got it. Okay.
Sometimes versus.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Noah's laws, the 7 ones, they're a set of universal moral laws, which according to the Talmud, were given by God as a covenant with Noah and with the sons of Noah. And the sons of Noah is in quotations.
Okay.
Because that refers to all of humanity.
Right.
So not just like his
because
kids.
That was still back when we were talking in grandiose, tribes and peoples and stuff like that.
Yeah. And, how we're all supposed to descend from Noah's people.
Yeah.
So when I refer to Noahide laws, that is a set of rules that applies to all of humanity, not just Jews.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So here are the 7 laws. Ready?
I'm ready.
They include, number 1, prohibitions against worshiping idols. I'm pretty sure that is like one of the 10 Commandments. The first one, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, yeah.
Number 2 is cursing God, which I think taking his name in vain is one too, right?
Yep.
Number 3 is murder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also
in there
one.
also, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Adultery and sexual immorality is number 4.
Right. I think that one's in there.
Pretty sure that one's on there.
Yeah.
Number 5, theft.
Right.
I think that's on there.
I believe you're right, yeah.
Number 6 is eating flesh torn from a living animal.
Okay.
I don't think that's on there.
But, do they mean... So, you can cook it, though, right? Just
it doesn't specify. It just
says, if you cut it away, is it okay? But it's just the tearing action? What is it? What is it exactly?
I don't know. It didn't get into that.
Okay. All right.
If you were a Jew, you'd know.
I guess. Maybe.
I don't know. And number 7 is the obligation to establish courts of justice.
Wow, that's a law.
Like that's out of nowhere,
right?
Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It seems a little early because you're talking to Noah. You just killed everybody.
Yeah.
Who are you setting up courts of law for, and who's running them? Basically, you're gonna what? Judge your own kids, or your kids are gonna judge you?
You're kids, their wives, and their kids. So you're Noah's grandsons.
Okay.
And granddaughters.
But you gotta have laws.
Courts of law.
law.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I found interesting because remember, that's not one of the 10 Commandments. However, it was Moses's father-in-law or something that suggested that Moses set up some courts.
Right.
So it's interesting that this is specifically one of Noah's 7 laws, but is not one of Moses's. Sorry. Sometimes I stutter. I can't help it. But I can laugh at myself.
Right,
so.
right. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I just found that very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what those are.
Okay.
But let's talk about that some more.
Okay. Sure.
About the differences and the what's in the house.
Right.
Okay. So the Book of Jubilees, it's a book.
It's a book.
Generally dated to the 1st century BCE.
Okay.
It may include a substantially different list of 6 commandments.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
1 is to observe righteousness. 2 is to cover the shame of their flesh, meaning don't be nakies.
Okay.
Number 3 is to bless their creator. Number 4 is to honor their parents. That was one of the 10 commandments.
Yeah.
Number 5 is to love their neighbor.
That was
another of the 10
definitely,
commandments.
But not too hard.
No, don't love them too much. And number 6 is to guard against fornication, uncleanness, and all iniquity.
Okay.
Don't be gross, I guess.
Don't have sex?
Don't say things like pussy.
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
So that's a thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, listen to this. This is so cool. Ready?
Yep.
The Noachian and the Mosaic laws, so the Noahide and the Mosaic laws,
right,
though differing in matters of detail, agree in the general matters, and they both existed at the same time.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
But we're going to get into some shit here.
Got it. Okay.
While the Mosaic law existed in Israel, all the other nations had the Noachian law.
Okay.
And the difference was due to geographical diversity, Palestine being different from the other lands, and to national diversity due to differences in ancestry.
Okay.
Because remember we talked about how there were Jews from different nations
and
how it was really confusing.
Right. And the Moses line is just one sect of Judaism, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And they did differ in how they worship and how they do things.
They did, very much. And what one considered idol worship, another considered as going back to their roots.
Right, right.
So this gets into that more.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Some rabbis argued that after the giving of the Torah, the Jewish people were no longer included in the category of the sons of Noah.
Okay.
So it was they say that Moses's law, the Torah, superseded.
All.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That it kind of like how Christians say that the New Testament and Jesus supersedes all.
Got it.
So it's every time there's a new thing added, whoever goes along with the new stuff decides that the old stuff no longer applies.
I feel like religions like to throw shit out all the time. They're like,
you
know what? This shit didn't work, and let's start over again.
Yep. And they say that it's a new pact.
Sure.
With the new entity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure. You guys go with that.
Well, I mean, that's what the Moasic people are saying, and that's what the Christians are saying.
Right.
We have a new deal with God now.
No, I know. I get it. But, why did it take God so long to... I mean, God's supposed to be God, right?
Why is he making new deals all the time?
Why has he got to make new deals? Why wasn't the original deal the best deal?
I thought he was forever.
Right?
I thought he never changed his mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
That it's the people that changed.
No, I got it. I got it. Yep.
So do you remember when, actually during our last Q&A, I talked about Maimonides?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. He was a Jewish early historian.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Scholar, rabbi, person that studied this stuff.
Right.
He is somebody that we quote often at this point.
Right.
Okay?
I gotcha.
So, Maimonides indicates that the 7 commandments are also part of the Torah. So he's like, you noobs that are trying to say that
it's just Mosaic law
now. Yeah. He's like, no, absolutely not.
Right. We got to go by it all.
Noah is in the Torah, and the things that God said to Noah are in the Torah. Therefore, it's part of the fucking Torah.
Right.
You dumbasses.
Right.
Sorry if that's offensive to anybody. I'm just trying to summarize what he's saying.
Right. No, I got you.
Okay. Most medieval Jewish authorities consider that all the 7 commandments were given to Adam.
Oh, okay.
So
Adam knew all the 7 commandments then, I guess.
So that would...
to set up courts?
I have no idea.
Okay. Again,
I don't know.
Seems like the wrong crowd to tell that to, but hey.
Right.
Or lack of crowd to tell that to.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I don't know. I'm just telling you what the research says.
I know if you told me 20 years ago to set up courts and it was just me and you.
Yeah.
Before,
what's a court and why?
Right.
Who's going to be the jury of our fucking peers?
Right.
I don't
understand.
Yeah,
this doesn't make any sense.
Right? I found you not guilty,
right?
husband.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I found you not guilty as well.
Oh, thank goodness.
Good. Go us.
Woohoo! We're not guilty.
All right.
According to many views, the 7 laws originally given to Noah were given yet again through Moses at Sinai. So, it's the same basic rules, right?
Sure.
And it's exclusively through the giving of the Torah that the 7 laws derive their current force. So we've got Maimonides who's saying, yeah, they're the same fucking thing. The new stuff is just reinforcing the old. But then we've got other people that are like, no. The new supersedes the old. Out with the old and with the new.
Now, I have a question. Where did the 7 laws come from? I don't recall reading about them in the Bible.
They weren't like, and here are 7 laws. But they were things that were listed. They were... It wasn't like a specific number 1 is, number 2 is, like it was in paragraph form, not bulleted list form.
Got it.
This is nothing new. Like they're not pulling this out of their ass. This was stuff that we read, but it was way back,
Okay. All right.
when God was talking to Noah, and we don't.
Well, and I would assume in the complementing books of the Torah in Judaism, there probably is a lot more going over these things too.
Oh goodness, yes, and I'll talk about that a little bit too. But what I'm saying here though is that there's a schism.
Got it.
Okay, there's people that are like these are different, and there's other people that are like, but they're not though.
Right.
Okay, what has changed with the giving of the Torah is that now it is the duty of the Jewish people to bring the rest of the world to fulfill the 7 laws of Noah.
Okay,
is what the people that are like, it's kind of the same. The only difference is that now it's up to us to like be like Christians and fucking proselytize.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So according to some scholars, Jewish theologians started to rethink the relevance and applicability of the 7 laws of Noah during the Middle Ages.
Okay.
So this was like something that was carried through all the way to the fucking Middle Ages.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Primarily due to the precarious living conditions of the Jewish people under the medieval Christian kingdoms and the Islamic world. Because both Christians and Muslims recognize the patriarch Abraham as the unifying figure of the Abrahamic tradition.
Okay.
Alongside the monotheistic conception of God.
Right.
So they're like talking about Abraham, and so Jews are trying to like renegotiate where they fit into all of this.
Okay.
Now that these new things are coming and they're getting away from the old, right?
And not only that, but they're being ruled over by these people. So, yeah.
So that further created schism even within the Jewish community itself, as different Jewish sects could not decide what was important and what wasn't.
Right.
Jewish theology came to include concepts and frameworks that would permit certain types of non-Jews to be recognized as righteous and deserving of life in the hereafter due to the Noahide laws.
Okay. But you can only reach a certain level of,
yes,
of heaven, whatever thing.
Right. And that gets into more of what we were talking about last time.
Right.
And that's what they were referring to.
I've heard seventh heaven before, like many times. It just occurred to me like that's what that is. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It just dawned on me just now.
Yeah. Seventh heaven.
I don't know why that just took that long to happen, but it did.
And I think that's where like Cloud 9 comes from.
Right.
as well.
Those are the special ones.
Yeah. The glory ones.
Right, yeah.
The glory hole. One might say there are two Torahs, one for Jews and the other for the Gentile, quote, children of Noah.
Okay.
So there's the Torah that, like, people that are born into Judaism, of Judaism, from Judaism, they read the Torah one way.
Yeah.
And even if somebody comes into Judaism and converts or whatever, the whole Torah is not necessarily for them.
Got it.
They're going to have different rules and interpretations.
Got it.
Because no matter how hard they convert, they're still just
culturally different.
They're still Gentiles.
Sure.
Even though they're Jewish now, they're Jewish Gentiles.
Got it.
So theoretically, the Noahide law should be universal, but its prohibitions against blasphemy and idolatry mean that in practice, it only really applied to non-idolatrous theists.
Got it.
Okay.
Which did not include all,
right,
Jewish
exactly,
because there were some Jewish denominations that did worship idols.
That's why this was specified.
Got it. Okay.
So
yeah,
I just found it so, like, in our minds, Americans who don't know a lot about the Jewish community as a whole, right?
Yeah.
In our minds, if you say Jewish, there's a monolith. Jewish is Jewish and everybody else is not Jewish. Right.
Yeah.
And so in reading this now, we're finding out, oh shit,
it's
no.
very diverse and multifaceted. So.
Yes, very. And they had many different ways of worshiping and applying laws and even agreeing on what the laws were.
Yeah.
Much as Christians today do.
Right.
So I found that so interesting.
Yeah.
So therefore, Jews normally considered Christians and or Muslims when discussing this concept.
Okay.
Because are they being idolatrous or aren't they?
Right.
Who could know?
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So to reiterate, according to the Talmud, the Noahide laws apply to all of humanity. Okay?
Okay.
Not just Jews.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
The Talmud also states, righteous people of all nations have a share in the world to come. So remember, there was a place for, well, you're not Jewish, but you're still a really good person.
Right.
So you get a little piece of the world to come, heaven, paradise.
No, and I mean, as far as religions go, I kind of like that idea.
I do too. Like, we're going to have our special club and we get to be closer to God, but you still get to come to the Garden of Eden. So, yay you.
But, and I think I said this in the last episode, but like that was always one of my major hangups is that how can the, unfound tribes that live in the Amazon know that
there's all these different religions and they get punished. They get God decided that they're ass out based on geography.
Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, I don't believe in God, but that was, if you're going to assume a God, then how does that make any fucking sense?
Right. That was always my question. How does that apply to those people?
Right.
It doesn't fucking make sense. Like, your religion on its head doesn't make sense.
Right.
Explain that to me.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. The math ain't mathin'.
Right.
Talmudic sages expanded the concept of universal morality within the Noahide laws and added several other laws beyond the 7 listed in the Talmud, such as. Okay. Mm-hmm. So these are sages such as Maimonides, only this is later on. Okay.
Yep.
So they had prohibitions against committing incest. That's a good one. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Prohibitions against cruelty to animals. That's nice. A good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Prohibitions against pairing animals of different species. Remember when the next one, let me read the next one and then I'll say what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Prohibitions against grafting trees of different kinds.
That one, why?
Okay, well, do you remember when Moses sent his dudes into I forget what land it was, but it was
they couldn't kill the trees.
And they were supposed to like leave the trees alone.
Right.
Don't knock over the trees and leave them
safe
and sacred.
Right.
That's what that's alluding to.
But but grafting two different trees together can create hybrid trees that create different fruits and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why that's not
because God created animals and plants exactly perfect as they are.
Okay.
And to combine them is blasphemous because you're insulting God and saying that you know better than you're playing God.
But nature does this on its own sometimes. So.
It does. This is a very anti-science stance,
Okay.
obviously.
Right, yeah.
But it does make sense, though, is what I'm saying, that they would think this.
Okay.
It makes sense that this would be a rule because they kind of alluded to this when they were talking about.
It's shit like it's shit like this from the Middle Ages and the early times
and the Bible ages
that make no fucking sense,
right?
And in a scientific world that we live in now, and you're supposed to believe that these things were God telling people to do this, essentially,
right?
So it does not help bolster their case.
No, it doesn't.
It's really not good,
right,
for them.
I have a few more prohibitions.
Yeah.
Okay. There were prohibitions against castration, emasculation, homosexuality, pederasty, which I don't know what that is.
You didn't look it up?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna guess it's pedo stuff.
How do you spell that?
Pederasty.
Okay.
Pederasty.
Sexual activity involving a man and a boy or youth.
See, so
right,
yeah, don't be a pedo. I can get down with that, but keep your castration, emasculation, and homosexuality. Like, fuck you.
So they're going like full on evangelical Christian here, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sorcery was another one.
Yeah, I hate it when people use sorcery. That shit's never good.
Don't be doing magic.
Yeah,
that's only God.
You know
can
what?
do
That's
magic.
a rule in this house. We can't use any sorcery in this house. Actually.
I mean, if I could, I would. Some sages went so far as to make a list of 30 laws. So the ones that I named were just 9 that were not that are separate.
It sounds to me like they just made lists of shit that they didn't want people to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, this to me is bad, so
me no
don't do
likey.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So then we get to the or else what?
Or
right? I always love me a good or else.
You gotta have an or else, right?
Right. Like that's my first question when somebody's like, "Oh, you can't walk on the grass," and I'm always like, "Or else?"
Right.
Because if the or else is somebody will be wheel mad, that's just not
a very good.
That's not a good enough or else. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know, if I need to get to a gate and somebody's lawn is in my way, I'm not going to on purpose trample their grass, but I'm also going to ignore the signs if I need to go there, you know? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably a bad example, but I'm just saying, like, there are times when rules are stupid and don't apply.
Right. That's more of a request from a neighbor.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like, if it was a, let's just say it was a park and it says don't walk on grass.
Yeah.
That's a little, you're not hurting an individual at that point. So,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But there might be good reasons still. They might be seeding the grass.
Okay.
Or they might be doing something.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, I don't believe in rules just for the sake of following rules.
I get you.
And I don't believe in bullshit rules.
But I also don't personally believe in breaking rules just to break rules.
No, and I don't, and I wouldn't. But I'm not going to follow one blindly.
Right.
Like, if you're sitting at a red light for 20 minutes and you're in the country and you can see in every direction like 20 miles.
And it's obviously broken or something.
Yeah. You've been sitting there for 20 fucking minutes and there's no cars. Like, if
Just
you
go.
were a rule follower, you would sit there for the next half hour.
Right.
And I know people who would do that.
I've definitely gone through railroad tracks where the things have been down before because it was just broken.
See, now that one scares me, and I just always assume there's a magic train that I can't see. Like, I don't know, like, I've just seen so many railroad accidents that I'm just like,
I mean, it's not like I zoom through it. I'm like looking both ways,
and you're
sure.
waiting. This is after you've waited 10 minutes, and no train has come.
For sure.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know about that one because I'm scared of trains. So that's probably not a good example for me.
Right.
Okay, so in practice, Jewish law makes it very difficult to apply the death penalty.
Okay.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
And no record exists.
But they did stone psychics.
They did.
Remember?
They did.
I mean, and other...
Well, that was a rule. Did they do it though?
Well, yeah, they talked about it.
Did they?
Yeah, there was a couple times where they stoned somebody that was like psychic or something like that.
Oh, I don't recall.
And they still, like, if you go to Israel today, in these days, there's like people that you can, I don't know, there's like symbolic stonings that they do and stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's like Shirley Jackson's short story, The Lottery. Oh, like I've met more people who haven't read that story and it really disturbs me.
Yeah.
So highly recommend y'all read that story. It's creepy as fuck.
Right.
Anyway, no record exists of a Gentile having been put to death for violating the 7 Noahide laws.
Okay.
So that one doesn't include sorcery.
Got it.
This is just the Noahide laws.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of the categories of capital punishment recorded in the Talmud are recorded as having never been carried out.
Huh.
So
they didn't like killing. They didn't like killing people.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. It wasn't.
But I could have sworn in the Bible there was.
I thought that
in the OT there were some instances of them stoning people.
I thought that they talked about it.
I think it did happen.
Okay, I'll believe you.
I could be wrong.
I'll believe you.
I could be wrong
because my memory is shitty. So
right.
I'm gonna believe you.
Okay.
The Talmud lists the punishment for blaspheming the ineffable name of God as death. And I just have to point out for a minute, the ineffable anything is hilarious if you've seen or read Good Omens by Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Because they talk about the ineffable plan, God's ineffable plan.
Right.
Yeah. If you haven't read the book, you should definitely read it. It's by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, recently deceased. It's an excellent book. If you have not seen the series, I recommend that you go watch it immediately. It is so fucking good.
Right.
So good.
Yeah.
We've seen it multiple times. It's our kiddo's favorite and highly recommend.
Yeah.
Anyways, one source indicates that for Noahides convicted of a capital crime, the only don't forget, Noahides doesn't refer to the Jews per se. It refers to all of humanity.
Right.
So that may be the breakdown there.
Okay. All right.
So one source indicates that for Noahides convicted of a capital crime, the only sanctioned method of execution is decapitation, considered one of the lightest capital punishments.
Okay.
I consider that light. Do you?
Yeah. Definitely.
Decapitation,
definitely really
getting your
light.
head chopped off?
Yeah. I mean, it lightens your load.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Just an FYI, Achan, and he was stoned to death for stealing the spoils of the fall of Jericho. Achan, that's right. Yeah. Sorry. But I think there was other people too, based on what I was reading.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
So people were stoned to death.
Okay, but these were Jews, though.
Right.
But we're talking about Noahides.
Okay.
See,
I
that's
see.
what I just said.
Okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't following.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
dumb.
That's why I made that correction.
I'm dumb.
You are dumb. Other sources... You're not dumb, I love you. Okay. Other sources state that the execution is to be by stoning if he has intercourse with a Jewish betrothed woman, or by strangulation if the Jewish woman has completed the marriage ceremonies but has not yet consummated the marriage. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. You
that
get
her. That had to be very few and far between that happened, you know? But I mean, obviously... Somebody got pissed off because it happened. So.
In Jewish law, the only form of blasphemy that is punishable by death is blaspheming the ineffable name of God. I'm
right,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Some Talmudic rabbis held that only those offenses for which a Jew would be executed are forbidden to Gentiles. So they're like, if it's bad enough that we would execute our own, y'all know you shouldn't be doing that shit.
Right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
The Talmudic rabbis discuss which offenses and sub-offenses are capital offenses and which are merely forbidden.
Yeah.
Still today.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there are lists and sub-lists and sub-sub-lists and categories and subcategories and sub-subcategories. And it goes turtles down forever. Okay?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Maimonides. Oh, you look like you were going to say something.
Yeah, no, an interesting little side note. I just was curious when you were saying that, but Israel actually abolished the death penalty for murder in 1954. It stays on the law books for exceptional offenses, like crimes relating to the Holocaust and genocide, treason, but they don't generally use it, it looks like.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
So in that sense, they're ahead of the U.S.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, but even murder does not get the death penalty in Israel.
Interesting.
So.
Maimonides states that anyone who does not accept the 7 laws is to be executed. Period.
Okay. Yeah.
As God compelled the world to follow these laws.
Right.
Now, up until what I'm about to say, I thought Maimonides was kind of cool for a sage, for an old, way back when guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But he was very firmly anti-abortion, even way back then.
Got it.
Which considered it homicide.
Actually kind of against the
Talmud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, he considered it homicide, and he was mistaken.
Well, he can piss off.
He sure as fuck can.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out apropos of nothing.
Right.
However, for the other prohibitions, such as the grafting of cheese and bestiality, and you can fuck a cow or whatever, he holds that the sons of Noah are not to be executed.
Okay.
So fuck a cow, fine, but don't you dare fuck your boyfriend if you're a boy.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You could get killed, stoned, murdered if you're a homo, but not if you fuck a cow.
Right.
That is the most ridiculous bullshit I've ever heard.
Let's just not kill people. How's that?
Let's just not kill people.
Like in general.
And also, let's let people fuck whom they want to fuck consensually.
Right.
Informed consent.
Yeah.
Let's just not worry about who each other is fucking all the time.
Yeah.
How about that?
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about people's genitals.
Right. I'm not either.
Let's not worry about how people want to identify as a gender.
Right.
Let's
totally
just not.
Agree.
Which, speaking of which, we have been making a concerted effort, husband and I, to really try hard not to assume genders like on Twitter.
Yeah.
And to just refer to people
I don't always succeed.
I don't either.
I've been trying.
But I just thought this was like a really good place to insert that y'all should do that too.
Right. I think that the world needs to head to a more gender neutral way of just discussing things in general. Mm-hmm. Because you don't know who you're talking to and you don't know what's going to offend a person. If we just refer to people in general as they, them, or, in non-gender terms, then we're going to be much better off with regard to respecting people.
Well, let's be honest. There's honestly no reason, none, that we need to gender somebody just in general conversation.
Right.
Whether somebody is a guy or a girl, whether somebody has a vagina, a penis, or some other thing on the spectrum, that honestly has no bearing on just a basic conversation.
Yeah, and it's been hard for me to do.
It's been hard for me
because
too.
I've got years of untraining to do.
Yes.
But I am making an effort, so.
I am too. I just, like I said, wanted to put this out there that we're trying. Y'all should try too. It's just the right thing to do. Grow, learn, be better, do better. Yeah. Know better, learn better.
Yeah.
And yeah. So anyway, this universalism that Maimonides offered up is lacking from earlier Jewish sources. So earlier Jewish sources were not like, obey these or die or whatever.
Right.
Like he laid down the blanket, but earlier sources, not so much.
Okay. Yeah.
The Talmud differs from Maimonides in that it considers the 7 laws enforceable by Jewish authorities on non-Jews living within a Jewish nation.
Okay.
So if you choose to live in that Jewish nation, you got to follow their rules.
Got
it. That really goes for any land, anywhere.
Right.
Even going into somebody else's house, you should follow their rules.
For the most part, they're mostly just laws. They're not, you can't really know the heart of somebody. So aside from the ones that are based on worshiping God, the rest of it's just laws that they create.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. According to some opinions, punishment is the same whether the individual transgresses with knowledge of the law or is ignorant of the law.
Gotcha.
Which, ignorance of the law, no excuse, we hold here in America.
Right.
And I'm not sure I agree with that, although I know that there's a lot of people who would be like, I didn't know, even though they did.
I suppose it depends on what it is, There are definitely, like, when you speed in a place where you've never been before.
Yeah.
It might be because you legitimately missed that one sign that, said, hey, slow down.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that you should get out of a ticket for not seeing it. You should be paying attention.
Right.
But at the same time, if the cop was cool and knew, hey, there's only one sign and, it's around that, whatever, it's kind of behind that tree over there, they could be cool and just say, here's a warning, don't do it again. Now, blah,
I
blah.
actually had that happen to me one time.
Really?
I was going to pick up our kid from their dad's house where they used to live.
Yeah.
And it's in an area that's near a school. And I didn't realize it because I'm not from that area. I don't know anything about those roads.
Right.
And there is one sign that says 25.
Yeah.
And it is hidden by trees.
Right.
And I was tolling along. Like, I wasn't going fast. I was going 35, which is what the roads had been up to that point.
Right.
And he pulled me over and I was like, oh my God. Because I was like already a couple minutes late to picking up the kid. And I'm like real close to their house. And I'm like, just great. They're going to see me being pulled over by the police. Jesus Christ, help me.
Right.
And the guy was like so nice when I was like, oh, I'm not from here. I don't know.
Right.
Like, I'm just going to pick up my kid and they live like that road up there.
Yeah.
And he gave me the warning. It was very nice.
Well, that's good.
But having said that, just recently, this was like, I don't know, 10 years ago that happened. Just recently, in our new neighborhood where we live, there's a road that is 35 that I swear to God, I thought it was 45.
Oh, I know.
Shut up.
I know you do.
So I was going 47 in a 35 and they have cameras
Mm-hmm.
and I got busted.
Yes, you did.
But again, I wasn't trying to speed.
No,
so,
I know.
But I mean, ignorance is no excuse.
Right.
I was speeding.
Yeah.
I hate that road though. I hate it because it should be by all rights 45.
Yeah.
It's a 45 area.
Right.
It really is.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't know how we got off on speeding tickets.
Right. Yeah.
Ignorance of the law. That's how.
Yeah.
Okay. So listen to this. During biblical times, a Gentile living in the land of Israel who did not want to convert to Judaism, but who accepted the 7 laws of Noah as binding upon himself, was granted the legal status of resident alien, who is therefore commonly deemed a righteous Gentile and is assured of a place in the world to come.
Right.
And that gets back into your just be a good person and be aight.
Yeah.
Maimonides held that Gentiles may have a part in the world to come just by observing the 7 laws of Noah and accepting them as divinely revealed to Moses.
But you had to accept them.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's the part where it comes down to that's a little bit more forceful.
Yeah. That's a little bit getting in my heart and shit.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you don't believe in that religion.
Like, if I believed in that, I would convert to that, stupid.
Right, yeah.
The fact that I haven't says something.
Right. Like, okay, I'll sign the fucking paper. I believe. Yeah, okay,
totally
great.
Believe. There, get off me. According to Maimonides, such non-Jews achieve the status of, quote, pious people of the world and are different from those which solely keep the Noahide laws out of moral or ethical reasoning alone.
Okay.
So he's addressing what we just said.
Right.
So basically he's like, you can sign the paper all you want, but God knows your heart.
Right,
and
right.
You know where you're going to go based on how you behave and what you believe.
Sure.
And I'm like, exactly. Historically, some more contemporary rabbinic opinions consider non-Jews not only not obliged to adhere to all the remaining laws of the Torah, but is actually forbidden from observing them.
Okay.
Because you're not Jewish.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Stop trying to be Jewish over there, you non-Jew.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm stopping it.
Okay.
Done.
I don't know what the other ones were.
Some of those were common sense things. So
yeah, don't steal.
Whatever.
Could I please not steal? Some modern views hold that penalties are a detail of the Noahide laws, and that Noahides themselves must determine the details of their own laws for themselves, which we do.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, yep.
Right.
And in recent years, the term Noahide has come to refer to non-Jews who strive to live in accord with the 7 Noahide laws.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So there you have it.
I would like to meet one of those people.
Right?
Like, show me a Noahide. I want to see that person.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand that in this day and age.
Right.
Like, you don't have to, like, why would you follow? I don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't
like,
get it.
How are you basically living the Jewish life but not being Jewish?
Right. That's weird to me. So,
but I mean, maybe it's somebody who is married to a Jewish person who is practicing.
Okay.
And the spouse doesn't want to convert, but says, I will follow the rules.
Okay. All right.
I mean, the rules are not that hard to follow, generally speaking.
I can get on board with that a little bit.
They would probably be considered a Noahide.
Right.
You're not a Jill, clearly.
But I bet they don't consider themselves a Noahide.
But whether they do or not is irrelevant. They are.
Right.
If you follow the 7 rules of Noah,
I get it.
It doesn't matter what you call yourself. That's what you are.
Right.
So.
Okay.
I mean, for that matter, really, the 7 rules, I mean, we kind of follow them.
Yeah, for the most part, we follow them. I mean,
not like hardcore.
I have to read them again real quick.
Okay, let's go back up and redo them.
Yeah.
Don't worship idols.
Don't do that. Yep.
Don't curse God.
We fail on that one.
We fail.
Yeah.
Don't murder.
I don't murder.
Don't be adulterous.
I'm not adulterous.
Don't engage in sexual immorality.
I don't engage in sexual immorality.
I mean, I used to before I was married.
Yeah.
Don't be a thief.
I am not. Well,
I steal pens from work.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna say,
stole a whole bunch of toilet paper from work.
I did.
During the pandemic.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't really say
thieves.
that. I'm a thief.
Don't eat flesh torn from a living animal. I don't know what that means
exactly. So I'd have to know more about that law.
And we're definitely
eat
meat eaters.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And you're obligated to establish courts of justice. I don't think that we're obligated to establish them, but we do live by them and respect them.
Yeah. So we'll say we get that one.
We get that one.
But we failed on a couple of them at least.
We did.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
So
we're not Noahides.
We're definitely not Noahides.
We are not Noahides, y'all.
All right. Well, that's settled. Okay. So that was the 7 laws of Noah.
It sure as fuck was.
And now we know.
Yep. And another episode we might do eventually for Patreon will be the various compartments of heaven and hell. And
I'm looking forward to that.
Same.
Yeah. All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And we're getting ready to do our book club right now.
Yes. But having said that, I would like each of you to tell me, are you a Noahide?
Yeah. Which ones do you and do you not adhere to?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to hear back.
I'll see if I could talk husband into listing the 7 laws of Noah so that, you can not have to listen to this.
In the comment. Okay.
Yeah. In the Patreon area.
Okay. Yeah,
however that works.
We can do that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So just look in the comments. It should be down there. We'll list them off.
Yeah.
And then, you just let us know which ones you hit and which ones you don't.
I'm very eager to know if any of you are murderers, ?
Yeah. Okay. So anyway.
Right.
Let's get on out of here.
Okie dokie.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.